Okay, welcome back. I'm gonna cut to the chase. Um, we'll just be picking up where we left off on the previous episode. So, welcome to the Voidcast once again. Um, Today I am your host, Deimos, and I will be joined by my co-hosts here, UV and Red. So, there's not much else to say with 3.4 aside from what has been already said with the previous episode and even the episode before that. But like now that it's ending soon, how do you guys feel?
Sometimes I don't really realize that oh my god, we have been talking about this patch for the past a month and a half now. That's insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've been Chinese for a month now. That's certainly something to think
um,
about. I've been not exactly pondering about it, but like uh, now that this has been our what fourth patch because Midnight Whistle, Falling Feast, campaign stale, yeah, Spring Hunting. This is their fourth time now, and I'm only now realizing that fact. And geez, there really is quite a lot to talk about. And despite our gripes with Spring Unending, as previously said in the previous episode about whether that it would be lore relevance or its position in Reverse 1999's overall aesthetics and world, we still have one more episode for you, and even with New Says Arcade, of course, and still generally
uh-huh.
um 3.3, it's been a wild ride, to be honest. Or 3.4, never mind. 3. I was about to say, I was correcting myself in my head right there. Oh my
You
god,
never
Yeah.
left the
I have
3.3.
never left the Dawn River. I'm sorry. But yeah,
Oh, whoops.
that's
Yeah.
generally all I can say. It's been a wild ride because I'm going to be discussing more about it later.
Yeah,
Okay.
true. How do you feel, UV? I
You know, just for the Voidcast and stuff, I feel great. I was having fun researching about it and also probably butchering a lot of pronunciation in a way my Lachi would not be happy if she hears about it now.
Yeah, don't worry. I've been
but it's
butchering a
fine.
lot as well, but yeah, I've been feeling great as well. I mean,
Yeah.
minus the extreme heat of the current weather, and also we have been dealing with bugs because spring is also coming very soon, or not spring, but the rainy
True.
seasons are coming, so we also have to deal with that alongside the extreme heat. So very much fun.
It's so unfortunate too. However, even then, 3.4 has been a very fun patch despite its ups and downs. It's been very fun. And and with everything that we have talked about in the previous two episodes, I'm still surprised that there are still some things that are left unsaid about the patch in general. So, is there anything you guys would like to say, or what
Last
more?
words? No, I don't think so. I think we
Yes,
can proceed.
Well,
can.
yeah, one last thing. I need to fix the monitor and we can go back to our usual overlay.
Yeah, I don't think the digital
Yeah.
transition is working out. We have to report this to our superiors. As much as I think
Um.
it looks great. I think we're going to be sticking from now on to narrowband FM.
Yeah.
And also, we need to put you back to your usual state, UV. You're going to die next winter. We can't be having that.
We
Yeah,
can't
in a
have
few
that.
months, I think.
We need to give you your arcane skill back. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just
Yeah,
get
this is
started so we
so
can
hard.
do it as soon as it's over. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
see one.
All right.
So I have no intro either with this one. um. So basically, I instead of uh doing a whole diagram, a whole conspiracy board again, I'm gonna just make you guys play a little game because the interesting thing about the past Lunar New Year patches is that all a lot of the characters or a lot of the creatures in it are based on actual Chinese myths and folklore. So, and a lot of people overlook that. So, you know what I decided to do is just like do a little game. What this game is, I'll just call it what do I call this? Jeopardy, but not. Because as you can tell, this looks very incomplete. This looks like the format of Jeopardy. However, it does not have like the the necessary qualities that Jeopardy has. So instead, with the little information I can do, instead I'll just make it a silly guessing game. So there are three columns: easy, medium, hard, and because I don't do a point system like Red right now,
Oh, we don't get
um,
$10 million for answering the question.
no, I'm broke. I'm not you. You won't get money, but you will get a bit of like a bit of information about the certain thing can that you choose. So you can pick any. However, um, here's the thing: there there are like a bunch of red herrings, or at least there are a bunch of characters or creatures that I added not because they're based on Chinese myths, but because they're part of the story, and it just sounded funny to add them there. So have a bit of fun, and we can pretty much just start. So if any one of you wants to pick the first one, you can go ahead.
I guess just a question. When we pick like the first question, like, do we go? Are we the only one who could answer it, or can either of us answer it, and whoever goes first, Jeopardy ask?
The person who can answer it first, they can, yeah. Um, but you have the with choosing the options, you have to interchange between them. So
Okay, okay.
so whoever goes first, you can pick.
I'll have cause and effect for 500. I mean, like, Yui, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Sorry, I'm reading.
Okay, I think that answers the question.
Eating the... Okay, look. I made fried rice. Okay, I was eating the fried rice I made with the leftover lao kang ma. It's basically like chili oil with pickled black beans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like Chinese chili oil, and that's why I have not been saying anything the entire time I was eating. It's really good fried rice. Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I hope it's good because
Okay.
I'm out of food over on
yeah.
my end. Let's go for I guess let's go for an easy number 4 first, I guess.
Okay. So let's take out number 4 first.
What the hell is this? What the hell is this, Deimos?
Exactly.
Deimos, what the hell is this?
Exactly. Here's the thing. Here's another thing. There's a short issue. One hand, I pretty much vaguely worded all of these things. On the other hand, there is also a chance that I may have misplaced something. So if you get, so if the answer is misplaced with its question, I will have to double check that.
Oh.
So, okay.
Okay.
And
there's an and.
I vaguely worded them on purpose.
Yeah, I think I can see that.
Yep.
Like I feel like for one, Deimos realized how fun it is for me to torture everyone during history sessions with like the questions and mini games, and now they want revenge on me, and I am going to be suffering all throughout this remainder of the presentation, I suppose.
Rip karma. Hey Deimos, can you like zoom in because I have very bad eyesight with my age.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
At your
Yeah,
age.
I think everyone has bad eyesight. I think everyone has bad eyesight in this podcast.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
like
I know.
if I remove my glasses right now, I cannot see anything.
Oh,
I think I have the least bad of it, so
Yeah,
it's fine. I can live with it.
I have 500 grade, but for also those in our audience that cannot read, for easy number 4 we have a rhinoceros that sleeps in the earth. I
Mhm.
think there's a very obvious like answer for this, in that it's. Do I have to answer in the form of a question?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Well, you can also answer in the form of just the word or the
Okay,
creature
that's
or
boring though.
whatever itself. That's boring though.
What is Lanju?
Okay. So your answer is what or who is Lanzu?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if I can access. Okay.
I am
Great.
so good at this. I am so good at it.
Great. Yeah.
That was gonna get a ding.
Let's. Okay, fair. Let's actually add the dings in this episode. Yeah. That's great. So
Thank you.
here's the thing. So Lanju, to my understanding on you, when I looked them up, there was not much to go off of, or not a lot of information to find about Lanzu or like the mythological basis that they're from. But the description that I made for them comes from the trails in Spring Unending, where Anzu is a Shamba beast who is said to take after the form of a rhinoceros and sleeps deep into the earth. It's assumed to have a huge body capable of shaking the heavens and the earth, or in realistic terms, just trigger massive earthquakes. And from the folk tales that it was said from that specific trail, Manzu was a rhinoceros that was cast down to the earth from the heavens, and it caused a bit of chaos for a while until the Fang Shangxi subdued them. But when Manzu was subdued, it just like rolled over and fell asleep into the earth. And every now and then, Manzu used to just like start to reawaken. So the Taoist schools, they took the responsibility of subduing the beast. However, with the whole thing with Spring Unending, Manzu is now dormant and it won't reawaken anytime soon. So yeah, that's the first one. That's 1 point for you, right?
Thank you very much.
Yuvi?
Lanju is just very Amimir right now.
I was very lazy right now. I understand.
I mean, it's the same species as Qingliang, so I understand.
So
Yeah, the fat cat.
I understand.
Yeah, the Chinese Garfield.
Yeah, I mean like isn't Changliang also like also asleep right now?
Oh no.
Most of the
Not
time, yes.
Yeah, like Changliang is
For a long
asleep right
time,
now,
yes.
and like after 2.5, after being exhausted and all.
Oh no. Charles fine. It woke up.
Oh right,
Eventually.
Yeah,
never mind. The Young story.
Like after like character story,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Reap and
So
sow.
like the
Mhm.
Qingliang in like the lobby right now that wants to like cause trouble all the time and eats Lin Yang's like snacks. That's the one that's active
the
right
correct-
now.
Yeah.
It's quite now. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So we have the rest. You can start.
Yeah.
You can just pick.
How about the medium one and for number 1?
Number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 1.
That could be anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Sign of good luck.
God, what is hard going to be then?
A sign of good luck. I
Do
think
you know how many items in Chinese culture is a sign of good
Yeah,
luck?
IG wonder.
Yeah, I
As
wonder.
someone who
Look.
like grew up in a very Chinese culture, maybe a Thai, do you know how
Yeah.
many?
Uh-huh.
I mean, like,
Uh-huh.
you
I'm very
know,
aware.
yeah, you know what,
But here's the
Yubi?
thing.
You can have this one. You're the expert on this matter. I already had like the previous question. Good luck.
Oh my god. Okay. Do you want a hint?
Yeah, sure.
It's so vague. It's way too vague, right? But here's the
Not
thing.
too vague, very vague.
Very vague. Um, like the one thing that I have is that um, this is not limited to spring unending. All like everything that I put here, they're not just terms that appear in spring unending. They appear in the other lunar new year patches also. So take what you will like that.
Like in my head right now, I can list off. I have there's so many things that could be like a sign of good luck that I can
There's
list
so
off.
many things. There's so many things. But you have to understand, these are all reverse. They're all creatures or whatever in reverse. Reverse is complex.
Specifically creatures, yeah.
Yeah.
Sign of good luck.
Creatures are also just like mythical symbols too. I guess that's the word.
Yeah, I see.
John, is this related to an anecdote?
Huh? Sorry?
Is this related to an anecdote?
No, it's related to one event.
One event.
What? Oh my! We're all still stuck in lunar New Year patches, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the yeah.
Okay.
If you haven't answered it, you can also still remember that.
Yeah, because I vaguely somewhat remember during Gutyan's anecdote dispatch, something along those lines. So can I just go
I
and
was thinking of
answer?
something completely different.
Yeah, you said
Okay.
creature, so like, what is a miamang?
Well, no, actually.
Okay, I
think
got a deficit of 1 point, I
no.
guess.
No, I'm not gonna take points from you. However, I'm going to just like take note of how many times you guys will get it wrong. I feel like I'm gonna just give like about 3 guesses in total.
Yeah.
Before I reveal the actual answer.
What does it? How about this?
actually.
How about this? The question: what does it mean to see like a divine beast?
Hmm?
What does it what do you get when you see like a divine beast, I guess? Because there's like I think like one of the trailers in 2.5. I think like the kid was like looking at like Xingliang and saying like, oh yeah, Xingliang looks like just like Xingliang. It's like, oh yeah, that's a sign of good luck or something, if I remember correctly.
Nothing on my
I'm
end.
assuming no.
No. Well, you're close, but no.
There's like so many things that it could be a sign of good luck. That's the thing.
I'm gonna die.
That's the thing. That's like the problem. That's how vague it is. But like it has like the thing is the specific thing you're getting close. It's just that it was like a very specific term used in like one specific patch among the 3. I have one more hint that I can say, but I feel like it would like reveal the answer a lot more easier.
Yeah.
You wanna go for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
This term
We could be stupid for all you know.
could be still drawing them. It's more like no one has heard this term in a long while, so I'm gonna just say this specific term is
1.6.
exclusively used. Yes,
Yeah.
it's exclusively used in notes of shorter.
Yeah, like I was about to say, like I really do think it's because of 1.6 because number one, as I did say, I remember slightly from Gutyan's anecdote how seeing like a Miyamong was a sign of good luck, especially for like the Zitter player, and luck was also partially because partially one of the themes of No Sanshari. I just cannot for the life of me remember No Sanshari in general because
Is it oh what I'm trying to like think of like a question but this answer. That's right.
You have not read 1.6, right?
1.6
I think
what?
I have read like some of them because of Yenisei. So I also Vesmer actually.
Oh,
Okay.
I think I can I answer?
Yeah.
Sure.
What is a sighting of a Shangre?
Oh, it's fucking shit.
Okay. I'm actually surprised now. Okay. Sure. Let's see.
I mean, if you're gonna open it, that's probably correct.
Probably correct. Yeah.
Oh, I
That
am
is
slaying. I am so good at this shit.
Where's our ding? Where's our ding? Yay.
I was like slightly off with like my Miyamang answer,
Yeah.
but
Look,
at least I
look,
had it.
I feel like the thing is you guys were so close to the answer. It kind of made me feel bad, but also I understand how big it was, so that's my bad too.
Yeah, a sign of good luck. Motherfucker.
You know how
Here's the
many
problem.
things that are a sign of good luck
Exactly.
for someone who actually knows like Chinese culture.
That's the problem. That's what it exactly means. Shangre exactly means auspicious sign or good luck.
Oh
That's
my
the problem.
god.
Taking reference from a friend of mine who like wrote about 1.6. Literally meaning auspicious sign, the Shangre are defined as beasts who bring good luck and assist others in need. And the example that they added was that the four main beasts of the Shangre are the Chilling, question mark. I butchered the pronunciation.
Don't worry, we're
But
doing
the
all
Chilling-
butchering this patch.
Actually, Xiang Rui or Xiang Yun, because like
No.
it's like a, from what I remember from like my childhood, it's also like the significance of like the number 5, because it's like supposed to be like 5 colors or something. I think in like the
It's also-
patterns of embroidery, also.
Yeah, it's related. The four main beasts of the Shangre are Chilong,
Chilin?
kind of butchered it. Yeah, Phoenix, Turtle, and Dragon. At least that's what they condensed it to. I know there's like specific names for it also when I checked. I just didn't want to add it. So yeah, that's 2 points. That's 2 points for red for now.
Medium doesn't get bonus points?
For what?
Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's give UV like a bonus point. For the fact that they got really close to the answer.
Now you're just being bad for me.
Aww.
Yeah, sure. No. No, not really. I just think that I think you both got really close to the answer enough until Red got like the actual thing.
Yeah.
So
It was a hard
I think I'm
term.
close enough. What's a hard term?
Um,
And a very big
yeah.
thing.
Can we get something easier this time? Can we get easy too?
Easy two. Okay. Sure.
I'm immediately going
Easy.
to answer this. I
Two.
answered this last time. I
wow.
literally answered this in the previous question. What is
a bird
a
species
Miyamang?
that can read people's bones? Yeah.
Sure, man. Oh my god.
I am
A bird
not
species
sorry.
that can read people's bones. Miamongs. What is a Miamong? Yeah. What are Miamongs? You see how easy this is when you like pay attention to some of the stories. I'm kidding, but like, yeah, Um, you know, Gatian 1.6 and recently in his current anecdote for 3.4, Neomos are, let's see, Neomos are an arcanist race who hold the innate ability to read the fates inscribed in people's bones, and to my understanding, are also able to alter their fates at the cost of their long lives. Um, However, Neomos are based on and actually come from the classic of mountains and seas, where they were described to have green feathers but red tails, which you can see in Gautier's own Udemo, pretty much. I think there was not I think there was not much more described about it when I had to check. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's what I could get
birds.
for now.
I mean, like,
Birds.
his anecdote was fine, I suppose.
Mhm.
I don't have that much thoughts about it. That said, I don't think it fully like took advantage of the new anecdote format as compared to like say
The
Matilda
visual
or
novels.
yeah, like the other ones. I think that Gutian's anecdote was still made with the like express purpose of being in a visual novel format rather than in the current anecdote format. But still, it's nice, I guess.
Yeah, I did like Gatian's anecdote for the fact that it does tie well to like the themes of longevity,
Yeah,
especially since Gatian has lived probably a millennium by now. Um, but it does give him like a really good question um that essentially adds a lot more context to his character, especially in Notes of Shori and his own character story. It's
yeah.
really good. Um, yeah, what are the alarms? So now, yeah, giving the mantle back to you, B. Pick one, and
Can you give
let's
me
just play.
a hard level number 3?
Oh, how dare
Alright,
you?
number 3. Oh, oh,
Red, you
okay,
don't understand how my mind works.
How dare you?
okay. Actually, do I actually remember like what I wrote here? But let's see. Number 3 on hard.
I mean, like, if you don't
It's actually
remember,
hard.
you're going to be answering the question alongside the rest of us.
No, not really. But let's see. Hard. Protected Guardian's card from wood.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. That's how hard it is.
Yuvi, what have you done?
What have you done to?
Let me just think of with my little brain here. Shit.
Uh-huh.
No. It's like,
The only
It's also.
yeah, the only thing that I'm thinking
Yeah,
about right now is like the didgeridoo.
No.
Yeah, I know, definitely not because that's from 2.3.
Exactly. I
is
had
this
to
like it has to be like Chinese New Year patch, right?
yes.
Is it possibly like from Liang US garment?
No.
No.
Alright,
No,
I
it's
meant
not. I
to-
already researched that. No.
Okay, never
No.
mind. Never mind.
My dumbass would have known.
Okay, let me see. What I can say is that first of all, I made a typo. It's not protected, it's protective. As in, the actual guardians. For something or someone. However, there's like a lot of nuance when it comes to like their nature. So
Now the only thing that I'm
well,
thinking
not a
of are
lot.
Kikatiks from 1.8.
Yeah. Is this I think it's from like 1.8. Is what I'm thinking because
it's
it's
not.
like the whole thing with the tiny dolls also.
Oh my god, I feel so bad. Um, it feels great. First, one thing, it feels great seeing that. Oh, you keep getting the hard ones. That's kind of unfortunate, but also really funny at the same
Yeah.
time.
Like, doesn't it
No,
feel
you don't know
great?
how my mind works. You do not know how my mind works.
No, I do. It's just this is
Deimos, does it
unfortunate.
feel great to ask questions?
Mm.
It feels great
So
to
like
give hints.
the answer is like
Yeah.
protected guardians carved from wood. Like protected guardians, like what does that mean in terms of the list?
Protective.
Protective, not protected.
Yeah, protective.
Oh,
They
okay.
are. Yeah, they are protecting something or someone.
Mm, are they shape of an animal or
Yes.
are they shit, what's the name? Wait. Shishi?
Um.
What are
Hmm?
shishi? Or what are poo dogs basically? I don't know.
Mm,
They're basically like guardians like you see on the in front of the gates.
uh. Well, I can say no, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give another hint. Um, they're particularly based on something, but um, the actual thing. Like no, I'll give it. I'll give you a different hint. Actually, they are an. They are an enemy that you fight in gameplay.
It's that enemy.
However,
I have no
however,
Okay.
there's
clue
like
what I'm thinking about. I mean, I assume it's going to be like Junyoung's dolls, but I don't know their names.
No, those are just like made from clay.
All right.
I guess there's like a whole thing why she's like have to have like clay dolls because of her what she's based on. She's
Hmm.
based on the river Yangtze, which is based on the goddess who made humanity in Chinese mythology.
Yeah.
That's why humanity was first made from yellow clay. I will have this because I went to the museum in China for it.
Very fun.
uh-huh.
All right.
So fun.
You fight them though.
You fight them, yes. I could give another hint about that, but that gives away the answer also.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about it right now. I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be 1.6. I don't think it's going to be to be 2.5, definitely not. I'm trying to remember if there's like more enemy types in 3.4 that would fit the bill. That being said,
3.4.
though, I did hear Deimos slightly laugh when I said that it's not going to be 1.6. That was actually a trap, and I really now do think that it's 1.6 now.
Yeah. Okay. Let's think. Let's combine some brain cells and think.
Yeah.
Is it the? Is it the cowherd wooden thingy? Wooden cowherd? What is a wooden cowherd? I think maybe.
Okay.
I remember it because this specific enemy is based on the cowherd and the weaver, because there's like the other women who is also the weaver.
Yeah, I remember that because I had to fight it in main's bulletin, and I really do think that Isle Cryptid is still one of the best bosses that Reverse has ever put out. Like, it's so good, it needs you to read.
What? Okay,
yeah,
wait.
basically.
On my phone. So here's the thing. You're getting close to the answer. You're just slightly missing it.
Okay.
Should I consider
let's just
it?
like no, just like start maybe I'm like this close. And then let me just think about it, because I do read the description of the enemies, okay?
I'm slightly
like I'm like a mad woman. I do read the description of the enemy.
I do read them as well. It just simply does not register. I forget about it a lot.
Here's okay. One more hint. I'll just consider it as a half point. There's not half point, so just sure. Anyway, here's the thing. There's a lot of context that's needed about this enemy. but this enemy is also how do I say this? They also have something to do with your answer. They wouldn't hurt.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
The wooden cowherd has something to do
Yes.
with the answer. The woman, the wooden woman and children? Question mark?
I'll say all of them.
All of
Both.
them.
Was it literally
Mm.
just Junyoung's dolls?
I think they have a name from what I
Yeah,
remember.
I think they have a name. It's just that I don't remember their name.
They have a
Is it
name.
like
Yes.
dancing dolls or something, or
Well, now the only thing you have to look for is its name. So
Good luck, Yubi. I'm not Chinese. I don't speak Chinese.
Let me think
Well,
with
Red-
my little brain. Oh
Red, you
boy.
can also answer. Remember that. Both of you have the answer right in front of you. You just need to remember what its name is, which I think it's not hard to actually say.
Oh,
The Junyoung
guess,
villains.
yes.
The Julings.
Young's names. But
Are
no.
you?
You have the answer right here, but I'm just looking for what it's called. And I will say yes. I also did read the NFA descriptions right before I made this. So yeah, I did have to take note of what its name is also.
Uh-huh.
Also, they do have the same name. They just have like a difference in like one thing.
Oh.
They have the same name with what?
There's only like there's like a one word difference, and it's not like the main phrase or like their main title. It's just like the little text on the side.
The little text on the side. Are you
Just like-
serious?
I'm saying it like it's a bad thing. It's just like they have, because there are two of them. There are two of them, right? The fact that there are two of them means they both have like two I'll generally consider them as two names. But they're like, I'll give you maybe about a minute to like think this out. If not, I'll give you the answer. Yes, just to make use of the time.
Nothing's flowing through my brain right now. Good luck, Yubi.
Thinking. Like, is it because of the myth they're based on, or is it because of the thing? What do you call it?
Well, myth, yes, but like not like something.
But not about the cowherd and the weaver thing.
Not really. What about?
This is
about a
why
few
we.
seconds
This is
left?
why we only go for easy questions. This is why we go for easy questions.
Oh, shut up! Shut up. They're trying their best. Okay.
Oh shit. Let's see.
Okay. Unfortunately, a minute has passed. Sorry. Now that I have to cut this short, let's see what the answer is. The answer is that
It's gonna be
actually
Shangru
named-
something.
Nope. What are the beasts of Miriam? I mentioned it also. Beasts, yeah. I just call it just by singular, just because they have the same name anyway. The little difference that I clarified about was that the only given names that they had was yin and yang.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you have taken Isle Cryptid?
Well, I was going to, but like, nah. You guys were,
I know
you
them
guys
as
were
Isle
right there. It
Cryptid.
kind of Isle Cryptid. Okay. Let's like explain a bit. The beasts of New York. They're named after the fictional Niyang Mountain to reference the habitat of the Lishu. The beasts of the Niyang are a pair of creations that take the form of mythical beasts resembling deers. There's not much else to say beyond that, but I did get the fact that, yeah, they're from the wooden dolls too. It's just that they transformed from those dolls and they kind of fucked up Jonongsa because of that. They caused her a lot of pain because they transformed.
Yeah,
But they were
they're
like the only things that
animorphs.
were, yeah, that were especially bound to Junongsi because she herself is a Lushu.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's right there. I'm so sorry for making this a bit too big, but yeah,
Yeah.
the next one.
Easy
Let's go to the
5.
next one.
I'm making my life easier for myself.
Easy 5. Okay. I really need it when it's like actually easy. It's a problem. Let's see. My bad.
At
I
this
just
point,
have
I'm
to like double
expecting
check.
everything. Oh, okay.
See?
Oh, you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
what
I
are
get-
yous? Is that it? Is that it?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
are yous? Is that it?
sure. Yeah, go. Thank
Bro.
God. Thank God. Yumi finally has like another point.
Yeah. I mean, like,
A point, 2
couldn't she
points
get
and a
like,
half.
yeah, 2.5, and I have 3.
Okay, wait. Let me think. Let's see. Today review. So yeah. Yeah, what are Yao? That's it. It's so simple.
That is so big too. If it's not like
If,
narrowed down to like C and
Yeah.
Y.
if it's not narrowed down, yeah. But then again, it's C and Y. Let's
Yeah.
we have to keep it
Yeah.
simple. Simple.
Simple.
Simple, quote unquote.
Simple. I
Um,
barely know her. It doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Okay, the Yao. Or in their full name, Yao Boy. They're a group of diverse creatures in Chinese myth who generally just like embody the weird. So there's not much more to say about that. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't have the time. But like
Mm.
in reverse, they are a group of arcanists who take the form from their animal and plant forms. They take the form of humanoid and take supernatural powers, but they generally live really short lives.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's why they
Depending
chase
on
after
their
longevity.
actual form. I mean, like,
Mhm.
Yao in general are like, or like Yaogwai, and are like a general all-encompassing like term for supernatural creatures, I would say. Is that right,
Yeah,
Yubi? Yeah.
basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
it basically is.
I'm pretty much. Actually, I'm surprised that none of you have actually gotten the red herrings. This would be. There are a few red herrings.
Mm.
It's just that they might come off as easy depending on how you look at it, but like I know like one of them is really hard
Okay.
because
Okay. Okay. Then.
yeah. Okay. Next one.
Yubi, I swear to God, if you
Yubi?
pick another hard,
It would be funny though.
It would be
I just
funny.
want to cause chaos, really.
Or just cause some mental
Okay,
damage to yourself too.
let's go with the funny ones. Medium 4.
thank God.
Medium 4.
It's not a hard one, yeah.
Medium 4. Okay. Do I remember this one? I think I remember this one. Medium
Oh.
4. A hero
Yeah.
detective.
What is?
Okay.
What is
Who is
CO7?
L7? Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yubi gets it. I didn't say detective.
Yeah, who
Okay.
is Detective
Okay, wait.
07? That is easy.
Do I consider this as the answer?
Yeah.
Do I consider this as the answer?
Yeah.
I'll put the corner note because
Do you want me?
Let's
Do you
see.
want instant
Well-
who is cheesing or casing?
Do you want to say that? Okay, who did Teaching
No.
act as? Do you want that to be the question?
nah, it's fine. I just want to put the point. I'll just say it counts. I'll just say it counts. Yeah, here. Yeah. So pretty much, no doubt about it. Who is Chishing?
This is
That's
like
my first red
saying who
herring.
is Iron Man and who is Robert Downey Jr. the same thing. And you're like,
Oh
I
my
get it, she
God.
was method acting, but sure.
He's not technically a hero detective. Technically, that's Detective 07.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just made it like misleading too. That's on purpose. Anyway, yeah, there's not much I can say about Qixing. It's just Qixing, the antagonist of Showdown in Chinatown. So
Yeah,
it's all the play I wrote. First
that's great.
with with huge beef with her director also.
Who doesn't have beef with their directors?
Everyone has beef with the director, let's be real.
True. Everyone has beef with Noir specifically. Okay, let's see. How many points have I tracked from both of you?
We were
Actually.
3.5, 2.5 earlier. I don't know who gets the point this round.
You've said the Detective CO7 first, and I said, yeah, I'll consider
Yeah,
the
alright.
title.
So 3.5, 3.
3.5 and 3, yeah. Right.
Alright, I
Okay,
think it's my
next
pick,
one.
right? Let's go
Yes.
for medium 2.
Medium 2. I need to double
no,
check
easy.
something. Okay. Medium 2. Medium 2 is a group of birds that reunite after a fire.
What is
I made a
Juya?
typo. No.
Fuck.
Strike one. Strike one.
Birds that reunite after a fire.
You mean it's not the fat bird? Really?
Yeah.
No.
What?
No. No.
Oh. Group of birds. Why is there so much birds?
Yeah, in this game, there's so many birds in this game.
There's so many birds in this game, but there's a lot of birds that I found in like the CNY patches. It's kind of funny.
They just really like birds.
I just
I guess.
really like birds, and specifically bird myths. But
Is this like you're
Uh.
intentionally vague?
intentionally vague and something else, but I won't
Red
say
herring.
anything.
Motherfuckers vague posting. God damn it.
I've always
The
been vague
group of
posting.
birds. Group of birds?
Mm.
I swear to God, if this is something like metaphorical, like it's a group of birds because they call themselves a bird. No.
Oh well, I don't know. That's your guess.
Yubi, is anything ringing any bells for you?
I don't know, Phoenix.
I don't think it's a phoenix though. No.
Yeah, that's
It's a
the
group of
thing.
birds.
It's a group of birds.
And as you have understood, or you have like caught on, yeah, it's a red herring.
Yeah, I don't think it's an actual bird then.
Well,
What is it going to be?
what is it going to be?
After
Oh,
fire or
what
after
is
fire?
the separated swallows? There it is. Jesus Christ.
Bro,
Oh my God.
That is so ass.
Oh my
It's
God.
so ass. That is
That's
so
so
ass.
good.
That is so ass. Why would you do this? That is so.
Oh my God. That's so good.
Sprinkle on you. This is sprinkle on your cow.
Thank God I don't have a cow then. Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah. I love my red herrings. Here's the thing. There was not even though I said that there were a lot of Chinese mystery to after, there were not enough that I could not group together. So you know what? I just like took like a bunch of random things that may seem unrelated and just threw them into this Jeopardy 2. So that includes Qixing, and that includes the reunion of the three swallows, because they don't have enemies that are like specifically
Yeah.
based on Chinese myths, unless you count the human projections question mark.
Yeah. That's it. Do they
Yeah.
have Chinese terms? And yeah.
I do. Just for like our viewers who have not watched
Yeah.
2.5 or like whatever, the reunion of the three swallows or the separated swallows, they are it is a film reel that was made by what was her name?
Nor.
Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa, never
Who-
mind. Fuck me.
Hey, Jurin.
Teresa, who in a way was supposed to make it for to make amends between Noir and Fishing, but because they neither of them watched the movie, she died with it, and to my understanding, that she cursed the film
Yeah.
reel, right? Yeah.
Well, with intense emotion and thoughts, it probably affected the realm and turned into a
Yeah.
cursed item. Makes sense.
Yeah, it turned into a cursed item. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like technically my
Um,
answer is so and so because the OST name of the boss fight in version 2.5 is called The Separated Swallows, but the actual title of the film is The Reunion of the Three Swallows.
mhm.
Although I'm taking the point.
You still took the point anyway, so that's 4 and 4.5 and 3.5. I think.
Yes.
Okay. I don't. What else can I say? Oh yeah, it's all the only reason. The only other reason why I included it was just because of the little detail that there are like actual three little swallows, that appeared on the boss.
Yeah, and also on the
So it's like
poster.
let's poster, but mainly the boss itself. But
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
Okay, moving on.
Yubi, your pick.
Okay.
Do you really want me to pick?
Yeah.
You want to
yeah,
get
go
an
for
easy
it.
one, or do you want to get a hard one?
Yeah. So number 1 hard. Let's go.
Alright.
Oh.
You already know what we're going to be dealing with, god damn it. A group of
Okay, let's
birds
see.
that come together after a fire. Jesus.
I don't. Okay, but I don't think this one is hard. It's just really funny to put there.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, it's another red herring. Is it? I can't see
Creatures who can drive.
the carbuncles.
What
What are
is
the-
what are tribuncles?
The tribuncles.
Tribuncles. I'll give you both a point.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
have to be
So-
specific.
Yeah,
to be
sure.
specific.
It's
Well,
basically the
Yeah.
carbuncles that turn Chinese.
We turned them Chinese. God damn.
we turned them Chinese, dude.
Damn,
Okay, yeah, this
carbuncles
is-
are like international. Good for them.
They are global, yes. They live everywhere. But here's the thing. I took the name from their enemy description. So the answer was what are bicycle carbuncles? However, I'll take
Oh.
tribuncles too.
The thing is,
Since that's the actual name. It's the
actually,
actual name.
the bicycle
actually-
carbuncles are the ones that are in a group. So it's a bicycle group bunkle. Those are the ones that are in the
Bro.
group, and they are not seen actually riding a bicycle. The one that
I think
is actually
tricycle.
riding a bicycle or a tricycle is called the tribunkle.
Okay, great. Thanks for
Yeah.
clarification too.
Clarification.
Yeah, we changed the game from Jeopardy to
Clarification.
actually.
Oh man.
Actually. Okay, moving on. Let's move on. We have 4 more hidden things here.
All right,
Yeah,
let's go for easy number 3.
easy number 3. Wait, I think I'm remembering something from earlier. You know what? Let's see. Number 3. A tiger who wields thunder
Oh
and has a
Oh.
serpent
god.
tail.
What is being real?
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Okay, there you
get this
go.
one, for your chud son.
Yeah,
That's
oh,
all.
Johnson. To be
People
honest,
swear-
maybe it's like the community's son. Like everyone is like their parents.
Yeah. Who is Changyang? Let's keep track
What
of the
is-
points because I have a hard time remembering.
It's
Kind of.
4.54.
4.54. And with the new point, I think it was. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I was right. Sorry. So, Changyang I cannot info them again after like some of the red herrings here. A non-Shandao beast who was likely named after a deity in Classic of the Mountains and Seas, and specifically Classic of the Great Wilderness, the North. While the deity itself is described to have a tiger's head and a human body, with four hooves for feet and long elbows, not to mention the snake that they're holding and biting in their mouth. Um, Changliang, the Shandao beast that we know, possesses a tiger's body and a serpent's tail. And I apparently added in my notes, fuck. Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that
Exactly.
Chinese stuff you.
Yeah, Chinese Garfield.
Okay. And for some of the viewers who also don't know, Chongyang in reverses design is an original design since we don't exactly have like, to my understanding, we don't have like an exact design of Changyang the deity, right? Like
Actually,
That's set in
we
stone.
do not have
is.
the exact design of all of the Jiandao beasts because
Uh-huh.
it's really difficult to read like burn scriptures.
Oh.
That's fair. But
yeah,
at least
historicals, they tried, man. The
yeah.
historian tried.
It's just that
Well, at
it's
least-
a actual creative decision for Blue Talk to make Changliang a fat character.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And we love that for that. Because we can now bully some characters with Changyang. Yeah, pretty much. Huh. Now we have 3 left. 1, 2, and 3. That's wonderful.
Yubi, pick your
Who
poison.
takes the Natanum?
Yeah, sure. Medium 3. Let's go.
Medium number 3. Okay. Let's see. The God of the Woods.
Oh my god.
Medium 3. I made this intentionally more difficult because they actually have a bigger description. I just wanted to simplify it to make the first thing.
Huh?
God of the Woods.
God of the Woods. God of the Woods.
Mhm.
That's like
Is this
big,
an
a little bit.
is this an enemy description?
Nope.
No, maybe not.
Also, they were mentioned at best.
They will mention at back.
What the hell does that
They were
mean?
mentioned at best. I'm just saying. They were only really mentioned in the story, but did not serve as much purpose as it sounds here.
I swear to God, if you picked one of the Shandao beasts that was in the article in one of those PP.
No, I have read all of them. I don't think so.
Oh.
Here's a good thing. The only Shandao beasts I have added here are,
Changliang
Changliang
and Lao.
and Nanzu. But I'll make this a bit bigger. Well, no. I'll just God of the Woods.
God of the Woods. In the smallest font you can.
Yep. And they have more titles than that. I can say. They have more titles than that. I just chose the first one.
Is this in a character story?
No.
No.
Are they God, what do you call that again? I'm trying to remember because this feels 1.6. Are there the gods of Shoti? Something like that?
Well, no. Actually. I did not add any of the gods of Shoti here.
Okay.
But
This is the medium one, so
this is the medium one.
Yeah.
I feel like I said in a way that was like supposed to be picked by at least one of you because one of you had at least read all of the seasonal stories. So this was like a bit of a mistake on my end.
I mean, like Yuvi, what's your thoughts?
What are your thoughts?
First of all, we need to pinpoint which patch is it. I'm assuming it's the first CNY.
Yeah, that's also my assumption.
Yeah.
Because there's no I don't think there's any woods in 3.4. I mean 3.4. There's also
Yeah, that's
no
the
woods
thing. So that's
in
why I was like
2.5.
thinking.
But it has to be like
Is it like god of the woods or like in like agriculture or
because
it's like a god of the woods, but like the woods or agriculture, like plants or just like woods, a specific wood, like specific forests in general or what?
Oh no, it's not. Okay. This was not. It's not specific to anything. It's just like woods in general, like god of forests and etc.
yeah, I feel like
is it who is Gomang? What's the name? Was it
You're
Gomang?
settled with that answer?
Yeah, sure, why not? Like what's wrong with answering wrong, really? You just kind of like try
deep
again.
fucking pull, Yuvi, Jesus.
And got it right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't hear the thing.
You didn't hear the
I was
thing?
like, yeah, I did
What's
hear
going on?
it. I was like, okay.
That's an impressive pull. Like Jesus Christ.
I'm actually impressed.
Yeah.
Oh, I pronounced it right too. God
Yeah,
damn.
because like the thing that was
Yeah.
in my mind was like, are they like the gods in the other side of the bridge?
No,
No.
this is actually the Gomang is like the god of like sort of wood, like anything that is related to sort of plant. Wood carving also like kind of counts, and
Okay.
it's also like spring and shit too. From what I remember, like this has been mentioned in like spring festival specifically.
I will say now. Adding Goma was like a last minute decision. Because I was like, do I really want to add like this other thing? But just the description that was written by like our friend, our you know, Hong Konger friend, you know who? Because Gomang is known to be the god of the woods, the god of spring, and the god of the east. It is described that he has a face of a human and the body of a bird. Gomang is mentioned in the spring and autumn of Blue Boy, I pronounced it wrong, in the chapter of the beginning of the spring. So for context, yes, this was Gomang was mentioned in 1.6 because Gotyeon was mistaken as Gomang several times by Junongsi and even the Pay City like government.
Yeah, it's like
it's actually kind of funny. When Gotyeon was like, no, I'm not Gomang. I think I remember you being so painfully confused. It kind of made me feel bad. But
To
yeah.
be fair, we were all confused with 1.6.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, with me now, after rereading like the summary of 1.6, I think I understand it a bit better.
I feel like
Just a
1.6 is more like because it's told in more like a very specific Chinese short story type. So that's why people get like a little confused with the order.
I remember someone saying that it was kind of like a fable, and I was like, you know what, sure, I'll follow by that. Yeah. I'll follow by that train of thought, and I'm guessing that's what made it easier for me to understand 1.6.
Yeah.
But after rereading it, I just think, I can make use of this for here.
Yeah, you can make us suffer with it. That's great.
So now our points are 4 and 5.5, I think.
So I have to get both of them in order to win this. I'm sorry, Yuvi. I'm going to be tryharding. The next easy question could be easy one.
Okay.
Easy one. Okay, sure. Easy one. Okay. I think this is like the easiest one, if anything. Sure. Let's go.
What is a
A
Lushu?
horse-like
Oh, what is a
creature.
Lushu?
A horse-like
Yeah, no,
creature
I'm sorry.
with a white head, stripes, and a red tail. Okay, I heard red first.
Yeah, I told you. I'm gonna try
Okay,
hard the
yeah.
next one.
You can get.
This feels kind of unfair. I
Okay,
feel like there's a
let's-
bit of latency because I am receiving it on. You know what? It's actually not unfair because from my perspective, I'm seeing everything like mirrored.
What is
Mirrored.
what is a
Yeah.
Lushu? Yeah. Let's see.
That's why
5
these-
and 5.5. And what is a Lushu?
Oh my
What's
god,
like
it's
the easiest
pronounced
thing? I'm
Lushu.
surprised.
Okay.
Lushu. Sorry. Well, yeah. Anyway. Sorry. Like
Wow, you can read.
Lushu.
Oh my god,
Lushu.
Red, what the fuck?
God.
Looking at the screen.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm like processing really slowly. Lushu, a horse-like Shandao beast, actually. Or actually, yeah, they are a Shandao beast. A Shandao beast who bears the traits of a white head, red tail, and the stripes of a tiger. They appear in past type of mountains and seas, Southern Mountains Classic, and they reside in Mount Nuyang. And aside from their aforementioned traits, in the myths, their voice can mimic the sound of song. The Lushu and I believe the Mia monks, they were both considered Shangre, but the thing is, it was like really specific. They were considered Shangre in a way that they were like a specific group from Gutian's clan, who are also named the Gutians. They specifically helped Pei City. And in a similar sense, the Lushu also helped the general region around Pei City as well. So that's why for like a majority of the patch, for the majority of 1.6, you have Genonsi trying really hard to become a Shangre, and Gutian being mistaken as one, a very bad one, apparently.
Really
So
bad.
yeah. Okay, so now we have the last hard one. And since we have the last hard one, I'll just remove it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard number 2.
What is a
Don't start
Julia?
to steal alcohol.
I did you, yeah.
Alright, it's over.
Not even hard,
That's not hard. What the hell is a
That's not
gomang?
hard.
See? That's what I mean by red herrings. Anyway.
You had
Um,
reunion of
okay.
3 swallows in medium, and you had gomang in medium, and you put this in hard. You put bicycle in hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
kind
funny.
of cursed us with
Okay.
like picking like hard tree immediately, so like we thought every single hard question would be Beast of New Yang.
My god, watch me making harder games next time.
So, okay. First of all, let's just get our final points in. Red got it first. So, yeah, 6 against 5.5. Congrats, first of all.
Yay!
Kind of funny. It's kind of
Yay.
hilarious. You don't get anything in the end, but it's fine. You get bragging
Yeah.
rights. You can pull it over.
Hey,
Um,
I get like a ridiculous moments. Okay, I get ridiculous moments of aura from being knowledgeable
Yeah.
in like the culture I
You
I
get
live in.
aura from gomang, and I get
Yeah.
clips from reunion of the 3 swallows.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Just to remind our viewers, how do we pronounce this animal again?
Uh,
And also just for me.
yeah. Oh wait, so
Ju-
when
Julia.
the voice indicators, if it goes from low to up to the right side, that means it goes higher, and if it's like the opposite, that is like from the top side of the left and go down side to the right, that is mean higher to lower. So
Mm.
that is Juye or Ju
Juye.
yeah,
Julie.
or probably Juye.
Okay.
I
Julie.
feel like we did
So, yeah.
somewhat good, like this session in like pronouncing, except for like some
gonna
other
guess.
ones, but like we did fine, I guess.
It is
Yeah,
fine.
it is fine. So what are you? Yeah. Yeah. From
Yeah,
what's your
drunk
story?
bird.
There are arcane bird cutters that steal, consume, and get drunk off of alcohol. But they're also named after a fictional flower founded in um, a 500 chapter novel that narrates myths and horror stories about revenge. I actually do not know how to pronounce the name um, of the novel. I'll just type it for like reference.
Uh-huh.
I'll just type it for reference right here. Um, that is the name of the novel.
There is
You
no
can.
voice indicator, so let me
There is
look
no
that
voice
up on
indicator.
Google. There's no voice indicator. I
Yeah.
have no idea how to pronounce that.
Yep.
Let's just do that.
Let's see. I think they also. I think our friend also clarified it here. I just. Let's see.
I'll just put the text on the screen, I guess.
Let's put the text on the screen first. Oh, got it. I think I have it. Like a really long, unfortunate pause because I accidentally did not add it in like my little script. Here, I have it here. Here.
Typing Kong Ji. Okay.
Yeah, that's the pronunciation. Sorry.
Where's the part of voice indicator? I can't read.
Sorry. But yeah, specifically they said that a friend said that the records let's see. From my original text first before I read like our friends here. The Julia, right? The the Julia flower can produce wine on its own. So yeah, that's like the main reason why we got fat drunk birds in no
Drunk birds.
It's our favorite annoying little birds. Yeah. But from our friend, named now, our friend Junior, who got a huge summary on 1.6 and included a really huge glossary actually on like some of the terms here. That's why I was able to pick up on some of them before making this. I just need to find the word again because I keep losing it. Yeah. The records of Yuya flowers can be found in the novel in chapter 50. So pretty much that's where you can find like information about it. So yeah, we're now at the end of this little funny, little awkward, not as much of a Jeopardy, more so just, you know, everyone tries to get the right answer.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Oh, by
Yeah.
the way, it's pronounced Ju. Yeah, because I have to zoom in on the voice indicator. It said basic Ju. Yeah.
You, yeah.
yeah, here. Yeah, here.
Yeah, that's Ju. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Like zoom that.
I'll make it like I'll give like the answers like in the end. It's just really funny. But yeah, we have the final points, of course, again. Like I said, Red got 6 points, Yubi got 5.5.
I'm sorry, I had to try hard and lock in the last two ones.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have hype moments and aura.
Yeah,
and
that's
that
the most
is good
important part. Hype moments.
I'm not
and
here
aura.
for victory. I'm here to be remembered.
Wow. Anyway.
I'm here for a reunion of tree swallows. Birds
Okay,
that gather
okay,
around
bro.
after a fire head ass Jesus.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, now you guys know like some bits of information about Chinese creatures or like at least the arcane critters that take after Chinese myths and folklore. I think that's pretty much it on my part. And also that's my bad for making this like unintentionally a lot more difficult than I expected. Or at least I expected it.
Yeah, no worries, I guess.
And I laugh at everyone.
Yeah, I had this coming after, 4 episodes of
Mhm.
history. I had this coming. Although
Mhm.
I just want to say I had the sincerity of adding multiple choices. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I gave you the freedom of guessing.
Yeah.
That's like the one difference. But yeah, I think for now, I think it's time to move on to the next one.
Okay, it's time. We are back with the second half of the character design analysis with your co-host, UB UncanonValley. Yep, we are back to the same old charade of doing secondary characters analysis. Woo.
I mean, like, for me, I guess it's only like happened 4 times over and over again. But considering that you go over and over with like a character design analysis for both the playables and the NPCs, how does it feel doing this for the 8th time now?
It's like a full-time job.
Uh-huh.
As in, I have auto mode. I know what I'm doing.
Oh.
Shit.
I'm so sorry. The thing is, I
Nah,
don't
it's
think it should
totally
feel like a
fine.
full-time job if it doesn't pay like a full-time job.
Nah, this is fine. I think I'm doing this for like fun, and honestly, it's like an excuse for me to like look up on stuff that I have never thought about researching. So that's good. That's fun.
That's valid. That's so valid. I mean, like, I think that's for the Voidcast, like, all of us, like, we got to delve into, like, things that we never imagined before, and, you know, we're having fun alongside with it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Okay, you want to start? You want me to start?
Yeah, yeah,
To
yeah, sure.
start it.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with her name first. We're gonna be talking about Mayfly, our secondary character who's technically the protagonist, really. But she did not get to be a playable character, so
I mean,
Technically-
technically, yeah,
technically Reed is kinda,
kinda, sorta, you know.
yeah, kinda, sorta. Maybe she's like a reincarnation, like all bullshit.
Yeah.
As
But it's like saying that,
Yeah.
Mr. Carson is playable, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but they look really different. Okay, so Mayfly. We know that Mayfly is the name of an insect. Basically, it looks like a dragonfly, and it's known to be really short-lived, as in it dies really quickly.
Yeah. I think it's one day.
Yeah, only one day.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that many.
Whoever
Yeah, just-
named her is kind of fucked up, honestly.
So, like, as for like her Chinese name, her OG name, that is Huigu. Huigu actually does not mean mayfly. Huigu does not mean mayfly. Huigu means cicada, specifically the Kempo cicada. So, a little bit of context in terms of like how localization works is a lot of times they actually like all the time when like especially like when you have to like translate a name that carries like the context, like the big context of the plot, they have to like localize it in for like the context of the culture. In this case, for like English, the like something that is an insect that dies quickly in the context of like global people know would be a mayfly.
Yeah.
But in like Chinese people, that would be a cicada because they live only like a week. Actually, like live like for only a few days, I think,
Oh.
and then
I
they
mean-
die.
I mean, like, that's kind of the thing, I guess, since it might just be me being like Southeast Asian rather than, you know, fully westernized. I have never heard of a mayfly, but I have heard of cicadas. I mean, like, I hear them all the time. Like, not exactly all the time, but
Yeah.
like in certain times and all
Me
that.
too. I have never heard of a
Mhm.
mayfly
Yeah.
before. I only
Let's-
read about it in literature. We are also East Asian here.
Yeah. It might just be that. Like, cicadas are like all over the place over here.
Yeah, but I'm assuming because it's on global, they have to like change the name, the English name in Mayfly because like the even the voice acting is in English, so that makes sense. They already shows their target audience for the global, so
Yeah. And like you
Unfortunate.
can't pick another like a more common like a animal or like not animal but like insect to have their name because well you can't have butterfly that's already been taken and you also can't have moth.
yeah. Well, you know what? It's very funny that you mentioned butterflies, but I will keep that to myself first.
Oh my god.
Until later.
Oh my god. No.
Until later, you know.
Until later.
Yeah, okay, so as we know about the name, makes sense her being named Mayfly because her entire plot is being short-lived. And well, let's go with the silhouettes. We love the silhouettes. Ooh, let's
Love
go.
silhouette.
Love that.
This beautiful arc of a character we already love. I already love like it's
Yeah.
like the first thing when I draw to is like an arc and there's a head and there's like a shoulder. Sometimes like shoulder going. It really depends on like the posing, and this is like very standard posing because you need her to like have like other poses in live 2D, and you can see the simple parts, so a lot of simple parts, and also the parts that you can see like the creases on the skirt. You can see like the ribbon here. You can see her what do you call it? You know the sleeves, the collared sleeves. Yeah,
Alright.
collared sleeves.
Yeah.
Headband, the hair, the
Yeah.
braid.
Little
This is
tuft
a
of,
really
it's
good.
a little tuft of hair.
Yeah, it's really good like
It's-
storytelling on like what this character looks like. She looks like a housemaid, not gonna lie. She looks
Yeah.
like a commoner, which makes sense. She is like a
Yeah,
really normal person.
she gives off NPC vibes, but like in a good way. Like very important NPC vibes, I would say.
Very important NPC.
The
Yeah.
kind of NPC fighter has like so much detail on their hair.
Yeah.
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 It has like so much fucking detail. It's just like yeah. So in terms of like character, good
Yeah.
though. I do like the colors. The colors pretty good.
Yeah. It's like a good
Mhm.
like arsenic green.
Yeah. Arsenic.
Fucking
Oh my god.
green.
Kakanya green, of course.
Kakanya green. We're now calling it Kakanya green in this fandom, by the way.
Fine.
We're back in the building again.
We're back in the building again. I really love like tiny details, like the pouch for like traveling, even though she doesn't really travel much because she doesn't have that much time.
Kinda sad.
That is
Mhm.
understand.
Yeah.
He still wants to travel still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna be talking about the clothing part.
Okay,
talk
this is the
about
part
the
where I was
basic-
scared about.
Oh.
What? The color palettes? The fucking color palettes, man! Come on. You can see the
Okay.
green, you can see the yellow, you can see like
Mhm.
some of the red, actually
Yeah.
orange now. But
Orange.
it's like for color complementary, so that's why. There's a lot of green. I really like this green though.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Reed in a way, like the color scheme,
Yeah.
especially in like Reed's hair
Like-
and all that.
Yeah, that's true. Especially in Reed's, I too her the hair of the color of her hair becomes red. For
Yeah.
context, for people who don't know, this is called like flowering, as in some plants like bamboo or reed, when they start flowering, then that means they're going to die.
Yeah, they're about to die.
I
Yeah, they're
assume.
going to die. As someone who has like growing in like the house of like bamboos, yeah, that's when they started to dying. But don't
Yeah.
worry, they usually just like sprout right back up really easily.
They'll just come back in a bit.
Yeah, they'll just come back in a bit.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna talk about the other part that is Shui Hu sleeves. I think. Yeah. Shui Hu sleeves. This is basically like a wide section of like the sleeves that also like colored. this is what like the ones she has. And there's also like at first I thought it was like a pipa sleeve, which is like a lute size sleeves, which is really long, a lot longer, but they don't have collar. They're not like they don't have like this tiny corner thing. So I had to like went to look for like other handful style during the Ming Dynasty. Me and my research really. You know, we're gonna be talking about the Ma Mian skirt, which is actually very popular during the Ming Dynasty. It's like the skirt here that has like sleeves, crevices. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the modern skirt, really.
Yeah, it's like the
You know,
folds
the
and all
uniform.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, with the ball.
It's very cute.
Yeah. Like her outfit is really like kind of like carefree, really. It's like casual. It's not that like fancy, crazy. Like if it were like a noble woman, you would see like all the fucking patterns like this.
Yeah.
You would see all the fucking patterns to like show people that you are rich as fuck.
Yeah, it is commoner vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just a simple girl. That's it.
Yeah, and then there's the hair accessory that is based on reed burrs.
Oh my god, it's
These
you.
are like tea.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Not me. My god.
It's
I am
you.
a different type of plant. You can't just like group up all the plants into like one species. Are you racist?
I mean, like, I guess we need to do one cancelable statement this episode.
Oh, there it is, I guess.
Yeah, nothing like a Thai joke accusing your friend of being racist.
Of course.
Mhm.
Okay, but I do like the hair accessory being chosen to be like white birds. Both are the seed of the reed, and you know how like they stuck on like animal fur or stuck on your like clothing, and that's how they just like spread their genes basically.
Ah, like
Oh.
just spreading the
Technically, she's
pollen around
dying.
or stuff like that.
Yeah, technically she's dying.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
technically
wonderful.
she's dying. So, okay, so like the last one on like the clothing part that I want to talk about is the. Do you remember the item that Paper Heron gave Mayfly?
The charm. I mean, technically, Mayfly originally owned it, and then Paper Heron just simply improved it and then gave it back to her. But it is technically still Mayfly by terms of ownership.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is the sorrow knot. There's like a name for different knots. Like last time, I bring out the chart for read.
Oh right, I remember that.
Yeah, the entire chart
The
I will bring out
coipus
for
and
read.
all that.
And this one is for good luck, blessing, and longevity. Which is like, yeah, that makes sense. The ending was really bad. The ending has nothing to do with it at all.
Rest in pieces.
like, There's like a interesting part about this one is because it's really similar to another one. Another one is like the another one I found looks like this. Look, it has like 3 like petals knot, but the middle is like more open, like in a knot that is like a hole open. And apparently that one is for like affection, I think. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh my no! And then I realized I got like the wrong knot. It's actually the sorrel knot. It has like a weird like similar knot.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. It's like some of the knots look very similar. You have to like check it like once, twice or thrice. Okay. So, okay, before we talk about the concept and the reference Mayfly is based on, we must go back to her name, Huigu, or Kimfer Shikada. So like this Shikara, like Cheng He Guang, is a reference to an ancient Chinese text. It's from a quote in a fable about a dove and a cicada. Okay.
Hmm.
The quote is: "The morning mushroom knows nothing of twilight and dawn, and the mayfly knows nothing of spring and autumn." The original text is a cicada instead of mayfly, but I changed it to a mayfly for this just for this
Yeah.
occasion.
And
This
if you're
quote,
an attentive one, and if you actually listen to the previous episode in full,
yeah, there's like a lot of references. So like this quote talks about how short mayfly's lifespan is, but there's another half of the quote which will explain like the whole thing about the story. By the way, I went to like looked up the entire book, so of course I did.
Of course you did.
Okay. Little understanding cannot compare to great understanding. The short-lived cannot compare to the long-lived.
but
So
you
like,
know,
okay, what does that mean?
bring
Question
an
mark.
ending.
Spring
Bring
Unending.
an ending. Literally, yes. It basically means those who know little cannot match up to those who know more, and those who are short-lived cannot understand those who are long-lived. Basically, the quote came from Zhuangzi, one of the ancient texts, which is the foundation of Taoism. The one of like the foundation of Taoism. The other being like Tao Te Ching. There's like two of them.
Hmm.
Oh,
There's actually like two ancient texts that is the big like foundation for Taoism. There's Tao Te Ching and Zhuangzi. So basically, this is why we have protagonist number one, Mayfly, protagonist number two, Shen He Guang,
Yeah,
and protagonist number three, Paper Heron,
yeah.
which is the Taoism but in practice.
mm.
It's like we need to get 3 books into this thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I went to like the book is also like up on like Internet Archive if anyone wants to read, but it's like a philosophy book, so
Yeah.
a
Expect to
lot
not
of like
understand it.
fable. Yeah, especially in
Yeah.
the context of Chinese culture.
Yeah, because that's the kind of the thing. It's just that's such a going to be a huge disconnect in how they speak their metaphors and all that. Because of course there's going to be the lost information when it is originally translated from Chinese to English or like whatever language you're using, and then of course that's going to be added the translator's bias, and then of course you're going to have your own reader's bias, and it's going to be hell trying to understand everything. But if you try it well enough,
Mhm.
well, you might just understand just a little bit more about spring and ending, I suppose.
Yeah, I feel like people who are like at least a little bit of Chinese would understand. Technically, I am like kinda Chinese, but not really. I'm more like Myanmarese, really. So, it's more like how much are you exposed to like Chinese culture for you to understand the event without looking things up or listening to the Voidcast yapping all day?
Yeah. Is it that?
Mhm.
I mean, try it out, I guess. Like, all of these, referenced works are, for the most part, at the very least, aside from maybe a long, long way, are all, a public domain. Thank God for archive.org. So, yeah.
Shout out to
I
them.
mean, you can always look up if you're like curious about it. I would recommend everyone reading a book.
Yeah. Pick up
Of
a book.
course.
Throw a football.
Yeah, like, you know what? Read anything. I don't care. Just read a goddamn book. I don't care if you read PDF.
Yeah, ebooks are valid.
Ebooks are
valid.
valid. Okay, now we're gonna be talking about the next big character. Jury of favorites.
It's her.
Our favorite lady.
Goat. Question mark. Goat.
Goat.
Question
Okay,
mark.
Ren.
We are not calling her the goat.
No. Ren. We have called her the goat a lot last time. That's okay. We can like have a break. So Ren. Her name is Ray Short, but TLDR, her name is actually masculine. It's actually short name.
Good for
s-
her.
Good for her. But it's okay because Reverse does not care about feminine or masculine gender norms.
Yeah.
They just use whatever name.
We have Marcus. We have
So
Semmelweis.
I went to look. So I went to look up what Ren means. And do you wanna guess? Do
Immortal.
you wanna guess?
Yeah.
No.
The
There's
opposite,
nothing
short-lived.
more. Nah. Oh, who the fuck named that kid short-lived?
I mean, they named Mayfly Mayfly.
Well,
Either can mean something else, like metamorphosis or something. I don't know.
I mean, like, it's still, it's
Okay,
kind of fucked up though.
Okay. So the meaning of her name means to appoint in trust or
Oh,
responsibility.
okay, never mind.
This is the biggest. Oh, I see. Your name is irresponsibility. Oh.
This Ace Attorney ass name.
This entire patch has been nothing but Ace Attorney ass names.
Yeah. It,
And we're just like, man, look at all these names.
yeah. The only difference is that many of us don't know Chinese, so it passes right through our heads.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So like you actually can see Ren's name like quite often in like the word for responsibility, task, office or something like that. Something that needs responsibility to do.
Uh-huh.
you can, this is actually a common common character. So I'm just like, oh, your name is responsibility. What a coincidence.
I mean, do you think she named herself that, or do you think someone else named her that?
Do you want Paper Heron to be the one naming her?
I
Do
think
that.
Paper Heron did.
Yeah.
Paper Heron just named this one shuttling like, oh, responsibility. Okay, I'm gonna give you this sword. I'm gonna entrust it to you, and you're gonna do the legacy. You're gonna continue my legacy.
Yeah, you're gonna be the one with the responsibility.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Like Paper Heron with bad jokes.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Get out of here.
honestly, it's better to be like a named responsibility in the way that you're the one with the responsibility instead of being called, you know, a responsibility.
And have to be taken care of. Bro.
Oh.
I mean, like, I guess at the very end, she did become Ren's responsibility.
In the end.
Okay. All the funny parts. Okay, now we're gonna be doing the seal edge. Okay. I mean, seal is really good though. But you can see like a lot of simple parts, like a
Yeah.
lot. But you can see like the big
And
details
Hand.
and the hand, the hair, and like the flowy skirt
Bottom, yeah.
robes. Also of like the earrings. I really like how they choose the silhouette for like the robes. They look like her entire silhouette actually looks like a moth coming out of her cocoon. Actually, you have a scene
Oh.
a moth coming out of a cocoon. Yeah, you can see like they design like this is like the wings of like an insect,
yeah.
and I thought it was really
can see
interesting
that.
design.
Like,
Oh.
my original thought was that since I was seeing like the flowy like skirt and like the robes from behind being so flowy, my original thought was like, oh, jellyfish, because jellyfish lives long.
Oh my god.
Oh. Uh-huh.
No, they don't live long.
They don't.
Do they?
But she is blue, so I guess you can look. She looks like a jellyfish because she's blue.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's
like pre-transformation, I
Look
guess.
at her. Yeah, look at her.
Yeah,
Very
it
from
more looks like a jellyfish when it's like this.
Yeah.
yeah, understandable. But imagine jellyfish on the ground, on the earth, and not in the sea.
Yeah.
Not even in the sea, man. That's unfortunate.
You dried up actually if she were like a jellyfish.
She would have died.
Yeah.
In short.
So like we see from like her going from blue to red, changing colors, soaked in blood,
Yeah.
really, and also to a Joker.
It's like turning something from blue to red, something like red shifting even.
Bro.
Oh, God.
Oh my god. We need to kick it out of the VC.
I'm sorry, chat. You kicked me out of the VC. This recording ends.
Right, you're the cameraman.
Right.
Unfortunate. We had to brave the storm of puns, unfortunately. So,
Oh, man.
okay, we're gonna be doing the fun part, that is the clothing. Ooh. Okay. So like first thing first on the clothing, her robes are basically just Taoist robes during the Ming Dynasty. I went to look for like a statue instead because paintings are really difficult to find that are in high quality. They are not in quite high quality
Yeah.
for it to be a reference. So I went to look for like antique statuettes instead. So this is like the closest one I get. I think this one is on auction also, and already got sold out. And let's see, we have the other part that is her earrings actually. Her earrings are in shape of like a bud of the Mayflower, the plum blossom. You see
Oh.
this, and you can read this. And she has like
Yeah.
lyric. I actually really like her earrings. Like
She
it's like the
slays.
part I really like about her besides her slaying on her makeup.
Yeah, she slays so hard, with all due respect.
What the hell?
Yeah, she slays so hard. Like her fit is so fire.
It looks so comfy too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, they are comfy. And then
I
we
don't
go
actually
to
one of
the
these.
we go to the Mayflowers on her robes because longevity. But did you like notice that hers are red? The Mayflower patterns on her are red, and the Mayflowers that is like a branch on paper herons is pink, actually, light
Yeah.
pink or white.
Oh.
They have like contrasting colors. So here's the thing about designing characters that have like some relation related to each other, especially like family or student and mentor. They usually have colors that represent each other. For paper heron, it's red. So anything that is red on Ren is influenced by paper heron.
Yeah.
As you can see a flower. Longevity, and the longevity part has been given to her by paper heron. It makes sense. So like I thought it was like it's like a part of like how we design stuff. When we do like concept work. And then we go and talk to the art director about it and see if the art director is okay. We don't talk about the producer because sometimes they have such wild suggestions.
We ignore the producers.
No, we have to go by the producers, unfortunately.
We ignore the producers.
We ignore them.
Oh my god, I wish. Okay, let's go to the phase 2 of her, which is her evil form is what I'm gonna call. But
I was about to say. Oh, they took. She's bald. She's bald, and she's bullying people who have hair, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very famous quote from Totally Spies. I
Yeah,
used to like watch that show a lot when I was little. It was so funny.
the good, the
I
stored in
didn't
the hair.
expect it to be like yeah. So do you ever like wonder why they made her bald? Question.
Um, I don't. I mean, like,
Sometimes.
I just really think backwards to not backwards. Like, I really think back to that what like narration where like it describes her peeling off her skin. So of course
Ah,
we can't peel off the actual skin out of a person. I guess the best thing to do with that is that a snake doesn't have hair. It's
Mm-hmm.
cold
yeah.
blooded.
So like her skin fell off. That makes sense because remember what Paper Heron said about having too much chi, and you did not like cultivate it, like
Your body.
as like time goes by, it becomes too much for the body to like take the chi to be the vessel of the chi, and that has taken toll on her body directly by just having her hair fall off. That is the least it could do.
Oh,
Technically she should be like
At
bleeding
least.
from her eyes
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of
yeah.
sense.
because chi is still Numa, and it is still like an energy source. Imagine like just stuffing all this energy into a mortal body that is not ready, physically ready to take all that energy.
Yeah, like
It's gonna fall
Mhm.
apart.
just imagine injecting
Yeah.
yourself with asymmetrical nuclide R. That's basically it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you remember how asymmetrical nuclide are reacts in humans, imagine
Yeah.
that for Arcanists too.
You know,
yeah.
aren't supposed to live that long.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so like for her design, besides her like color palettes, we can see this, which is the patterns, the bagua,
Yeah.
the back,
Agua.
yeah, the bagua. Ah, okay. It's I don't think I pronounced it right, but you know what? That's okay. It's basically all of the directions, the yin and yang, makes sense because all of the chi is like flowing in her. It's probably gonna burst her from the inside. Probably she's
Yeah.
dying.
He's dying.
Technically.
Like, very
Yeah.
unfortunate.
So besides that, there's also this is from her sleeves
Oh, damn, I didn't even see
because
that.
Oh, hey.
before this she was a cocoon, and now she has metamorphosed and turned into a butterfly with the patterns
Oh,
of the eye. So yes,
yeah.
you know how this game is with
Butterflies.
butterflies. By the way, the part that
Butterflies.
I did not tell you about butterflies, by the way, that is actually Zhongzhi, the ancient text that Mayfly is based on.
Mm.
The person basically is known for writing dreams of a butterfly. One of the philosophy.
Oh,
One of the most famous work is dreams of the butterfly,
what is
and
it
that
about?
is what Mayfly is based on.
Oh,
So
Mm.
technically, Mayfly is also the butterfly. In
yeah,
contrast to Ren.
just a connection. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a
that's why the
connection.
connection. They just really love butterflies and moths in this game.
Yeah, I think they do.
I love
I think they
Easter
do quite a
eggs
lot.
a lot.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has something to do with a butterfly flap its wings and chaos happen
Oh
and
my
all that
god.
jazz.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the concept, and also there's like the concept of like moths being messengers of the underworld, death, all that jazz. Also being like reincarnations. They can do a lot of things with butterflies and moths.
Yeah. Like insects in
Okay,
general, there's a lot that you can do with them in concepts.
true. Okay, can I just say that let's be real, everything about Ren just screams like classic wuxia. It's like classic wuxia
Yeah.
villain. She's just like a classic ass wuxia villain.
Yeah.
If she had a soul, we'd be like, yeah, that's a no ass wuxia villain to
Yeah,
go with
this is
John
just
Wuxia.
her. And like, I think someone mentioned it before, but like, there was this one CG where it's like the camera angle is facing down on her on a 45 degrees, and then like, yeah, she's Usha villain.
Yeah, she's just like, oh yeah, that's definitely a villain. It's just like
Yeah.
straight up.
It's a villain shot, but also like, yeah.
Yeah. So like, we're gonna be talking about besides like being a like very wuxia villain, he's also has like a very trope of using a magical paintbrush. Well, not really, but there's like a theme here in like wuxia or like just folklore in Chinese in general, is that the legend of the painter drawing so good that the painting became alive or they can just step into a painting. That part of the legend came from Wu Daji. Wu Daji is like one of the paintings in Tang Dynasty. He's said to be like such a good painter, such like a really skilled painter. He drew. The emperor hired him to draw a mural at like the palace, and he drew like a cave where that is so real. The emperor stepped inside and he found like a garden in there. It was crazy.
Oh, it's
This
Looney
myths
Tunes,
were
but
crazy with this guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy was like the best of the best. He was the saint of painters, basically.
real.
Oh my
That's
god.
wild.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, when I draw
that's why
like
I guess,
a
like,
highway, cars crash into it.
Oh.
So like this guy is
Right.
like he's like known as like the painter who painted murals for Buddhist temples and Taoist temples. So that's why I I can see why she's like getting the paintbrush as like a weapon. But also that's probably because you can only paint illusions and making illusions come into life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, painting dreams and making them come into life, really. So, when we talk about Ren being like a classic Wuxian villain, what do you think of like a classic Wuxian villain? Like a trope?
Like a trope. I mean, like,
Yeah.
from how I imagine, it's like a rival in schools, but it's not really a rival school and all that. It's just that, the way that, especially in like a higher magic setting, the way that I would see it is using magic in like a very similar way, but with like evil magic, I suppose.
But she doesn't really like use evil magic. She just like use it too much in a way that is bad.
Yeah, like in
Yeah.
excess.
Yeah, it's not dark magic. It's just like magic that is there, but like she just uses it in a really bad way.
Yeah.
Overusing it, if anything.
Yeah, so like the trope they use for like Ren that is very so common is the trope of being an arrogant student who eventually fights their own master.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Like
Yeah, that makes
it's
sense.
so she's like if she was not aura farming for the entire event, she would be so basic bullshit villain.
Oh,
She had so much aura, you cannot tell her that she's basic.
She's just aura. She has so much presence. I'm sorry.
it's just that
True.
good. Sorry.
She's just that good. The makeup is on point, the aura is over everywhere. So like in terms of like an example of this trope, I wouldn't say I think like at first I was like looking up like the wuxia films I know when I was a kid. But then I think, well, most of my audience here might not know wuxia that well. So I went to look up something that's more global. That is a student being so arrogant, they fought their own master, and that is kind of.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It was just like, I guess I'm
You're
back
so
Thailand.
real for that. I'm sorry. That's
Hey, Thailand
so
has so
good.
much aura though.
Yeah, Thailand has very
Yeah.
much has a lot of aura. Like, I'm sorry,
True.
that prison escape sequence, genuinely amazing.
It's so
Mhm.
the choreography is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
And like using
I
like the
miss that.
harpoons that stick into the walls as like cliff scaffolding and all that. Oh my god, I remember that. Unfortunately, I
Honestly,
still have not
feel
seen
like-
Kung Fu Panda 4.
Let's not see Kung Fu
no.
Panda 4.
I have already watched it. Don't.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
just keep it at 3
Let's
and
keep
have
it
a
at
great
3.
time.
Okay.
Mhm.
So like, damn, even the color palettes are right. We have blue and red here. Like,
Mm. It's on point.
It's on
It's on
point.
point. It's on point with the red here. It's like,
Yeah, we should rewatch it
Oh,
that's what
sometime.
you do, master. This is generational trauma, and you mistreated your child. In a
Yeah,
way, or did you
Yeah.
just like didn't teach them well?
we love generational trauma.
I'm
God.
sorry, Karen, you were not a great parent. You tried. I think or just you
You
didn't
tried,
try.
I guess. You tried.
You were too
Oh.
detached. For Heron, you were too detached. So
Unfortunate.
cool. So like besides like mastering aura farming, we're gonna talk about her aura farming for real. That is her
Oh.
boss.
Oh,
The
shit. Yeah.
boss form, hell yeah.
I
Yeah.
went to look up the file for it. I eventually found it. I was like, damn, that is such a big file actually. It's really huge. File was huge.
How big?
Okay, look at the bill. It's 4,000 something up
Oh my god.
pixels.
Mm.
It was like almost like 5,000 something. Yeah, it's really big. So, okay, you can look at the silhouettes here. You see, like, she looks like a branch of a plum blossom, but because of this silhouette of the leg here, that is also a branch, by the way, in the shape of a dragon claw, she's actually ascending to become a dragon.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Makes sense.
This is like, yeah, you can see like I really like the brush. The brush they make just being like, yeah, ink brush makes sense with her like being the painter, and also makes sense with like the themes of it being wuxia. Of course, you could be using traditional paintbrush.
The aesthetic is so cool though, I'm sorry.
It's
It is.
horrifying.
So like you can see here like a lot of plum blossoms and also like a plum blossom and branches growing up of her hair, because then again the vessel that she took the she from was the May tree, the plum blossom.
Yeah.
So that's why the
Mhm.
like growing on her. And you can see like these are scales, by the way. These are dragon scale.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lorena
Yeah.
is going to be a
Because-
dragon.
Yeah, this is like a context for people who don't know. Mortals or like creatures like normal like animals can ascend to godhood by becoming a dragon. They can like just ascend to the celestials by becoming a dragon.
Be a scaly.
It's the
Because-
reason why you don't see like Chinese like myth, especially like the ancient myth of like a dragon having like a dragon egg. That does not happen.
Because they're all
just
humans.
have like yeah, it's just like it doesn't happen with like a dragon laying an egg and it becomes another dragon. It's more like some carp swimming up the waterfall and becoming a dragon, and they just reach heaven and becoming a dragon.
Yeah.
Or like just a snake
Yeah.
just live very very long and just becomes a dragon. It
That's
becomes it's just like
wild.
that.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
That's
It's
really
max.
cool though.
yeah, it's like that's why it's called like cultivating a lot. Godhood can be cultivated if you're like serious enough into
Yeah.
becoming a god. It's not like some nipple baby kind of shit. It's like, okay, you're gonna be a god
Inheritance.
now.
It's not like
Yeah.
Greek, like just be one of the kids of Zeus, I guess.
Oh my god, that's so mean
Yeah,
though. That's so mean.
it's so bland. So bland these days.
Yeah, the difference between the Eastern approach and the Western approach. Eastern approach, you can achieve godhood by simply climbing up the stairs, literally. So yes, this is so like. What do you want to like talk about in terms of like? I want like your opinions on Mayfly and Master Ren in terms of like their writing, because I have like looked up like a lot of their references, and I understand their story, their point of story, but like now that you know the concept, what do you think?
Guess this section is going to go before reader's response, I think. So
Yeah, just like a be like a base, maybe like compare like Master Ren to like Mayfly or something. That would be an interesting comparison because technically they are butterfly and moths.
yeah, they are butterfly and moths, but like generally I think given enough time, maybe once like Mayfly achieved. Okay, this is a very random thought, but like do you think if Mayfly eventually achieves longevity and like gets put into the position the same way Master Run is, do you think she would also make the same decision? I guess.
Uh, hmm. I don't think so because again, Master Ren is like she has that arrogance in her.
Yeah,
Well,
because like
she has that
Yeah.
arrogance in her.
yeah, because like the point that I'm trying to see here is that Mayfly is someone that tries to live in the moment as much as possible. Like she wants to live
Yeah.
without regrets. That much is very much certain, and like she doesn't want to have regrets in the moment specifically. Meanwhile, Master Run specifically is someone that um he mentions something about like um humans always clinging onto their like names, their heritage, their lineage,
Like
and yeah, their
Yeah.
legacy. There we go, their legacy, and that she also intends to make hers echo through the ages. So she thinks way beyond and like way long term, and I think that's the kind of like the primary difference between like Mayfly and Master, in the way that yes, they both try to achieve longevity like first and foremost, but the way that they like envision it, Mayfly sees things day by day, but Master Ren sees things on the long term because of like the imposed responsibility by by Paper Heron to her, I guess.
misuse name responsibility.
Yeah, can I say that they're kind of like two sides of the same coin in that sense?
Or yin and yang type shit.
Yeah, because you have Mayfly who has experienced her life as it is without like all the longevity that happened, while you have Master Ren who, nearly died first of all
Yeah.
by like um
A lightning
something
struck,
that
I think.
extended that. Yeah, and then she was given the opportunity to like live longer by Paper Heron, so she's lived enough to see like the world as it is, and I think that marks at least another difference that um Master Ren has experienced enough to like grow enough arrogance, while Mayfly just um is just living by what she is currently doing right now. That does that make sense? Um
It's more like what I see is like the new gen and the boomer basically.
yeah, yeah. I feel like I
It's
feel like
kind of like with how people who have more experience, they already think ahead of what they should be doing because that is what they have been doing all this time for survival.
Yeah,
And then there's
Mhm.
like the person who has not experienced much and they don't really think about planning
Yeah.
ahead. They just want to feel in the moment and try new
yeah.
things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like my previous like
And you can.
analogy last
Mhm.
episode with like riches, I guess, like equating time with actual money in the way that if you have a lot of money, then of course you're going to think ahead. You're going to think, oh, I have to invest it in this, I have to invest it in that. But if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you don't get that privilege. You're just going to be happy that, oh, I have saved a little more today. That's great, I suppose. I'll go treat myself to an
Mhm.
extra meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. So like, TLDR, I did not bring in the other NPCs, the soldiers, in town
His
because
Unfees.
yeah,
No.
those Umfis and the chief, but they all have like reference to the Ming Dynasty uniforms. I just didn't bring them here because I want to focus on like these two. It's just like a bigger character.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah, not
valid. That's
even.
valid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not even Doctor Sue. Not even the doctor. Oh.
Not look. If I had to bring the doctor here too, I would have to bring Finch here too. I would have been
Yeah,
Pip
Finch
here
and
too.
Pip.
Okay. Unfortunate. I was just thinking, oh yeah, I remember the doctor was very funny. I just
The
remember
doctor
that, but I
was
think
very funny. The moment you posted her sprite in the server, people were thirsting over her.
That's
They
They didn't
great.
even open
That's
up Cheryl's
wonderful.
character story, mind you.
she's like the fun auntie. But I feel like when reflecting on what has been talked about already, I feel like she just has the same general style that Mayfly does. It's fine, so we don't have to really talk about it that much.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You know what? I should have like added the meal. I should have added the meal. That was a good
Oh
character.
my god, the mule.
One of the best characters.
Well, genuinely the best characters. Like, the mule doesn't even get an explanation.
There's no explanation. They just like live that long.
That's just the mule.
Yeah,
That's just the mule.
this is the mule, and apparently the mule got out first before anyone else.
No,
Because they were the
It-
furthest away.
nobody questions like Hyun's like, is your meal a Taoist? And it's just like, no.
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
And the thing
It's
is,
just-
the thing is, it's not a Taoist. You just got it from a random man in the road.
Yeah.
Can I add context?
Yeah, sure.
Like, I'm pretty sure they got the meal because of
Yep.
not just Pip, but also like a guy that was living along the general place that Paper, Heron, and Finch added like a new seal for the chi to flow correctly.
Yeah, like it's in a place of
Uh-huh.
chi stagnation. So I guess that would
Yeah.
make sense why that place would be frozen in time. You know, with the mule.
Yeah, with the mule and everything. And then after Paper Heron like removed the seal and everything, they were just like, "Oh my god, thank you. Hey, I don't want to take the credit. I'll just give the mule to you, even though it was entrusted to me."
Yeah, and they have been
It's funny.
besties ever since.
It's so funny.
That's the best thing.
They
went
really
to
made
jail
a
together.
full ass live 2D for the mule. Meanwhile, all of the other like yaos, like the other side characters, no, they have nothing. Like literally,
have
the
their
own
only
life.
yao we see are Paper Heron and Mayfly. That's it.
And Reed.
And Reed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Master Ren, Reed, and Mayfly. That's the only Yao that matters right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Widescreen. Anyway,
But
the more I do these presentations, the more I like I tend to lose it when it comes to intros. I'm sorry about that. At first I thought I needed to be really bombastic and whatever, you know, because there are TikTok level attention spans nowadays, but I just kind of don't give a damn anymore.
yeah.
Like
There's no performance now. We just like
yeah.
speed up.
Yeah.
Let's get it over
Oh
with.
yeah.
Like, do you
Wait
remember
a
when I
minute.
told you guys those stories about like how some of my history teachers were problematic in my first presentation?
Um.
What?
mm,
Oh wow, you guys also have very short-term memory loss. That's great. It was like
Wait.
something along those lines of how some of my history teachers were like really into Harry Potter for some reason, and then some of them were
I,
transphobic.
Doc.
I'm pretty sure
Like,
everyone's like was into a Harry Potter like years ago.
No, no, no,
Uh,
no, no. It
huh?
was like back in 2018. Okay.
oh, oh,
Yeah, but
Oh, well.
that was wonderful. That was episode 2. How could you guys forget? Like we're not even like 10 episodes in. But yeah, fun times. Nowadays anyway, I just don't put that much effort into the intros. I just let's
Hmm.
get it over with. Anyway, hello and welcome back one and all to another closing presentation of this server's 1999 patch or version, I suppose. Once again, we'll be looking back at what the past few weeks have given us in terms of story, in terms of plot, and see what we will remember and absorb moving forward. You know what we will be taking forward into the future and in our hearts. Ye or something like that. I don't fucking know. Welcome to Reader's Response of Spring Unending. Now, the thing is, I have a feeling that this presentation is going to be much, much shorter than usual because, this is because for the most part, the things that I would usually be talking about the patch is already, spilled with episode 7 or Muse's Arcade episode and all that. And if you haven't checked it out, please do so. Basically, we had a free talk back then on all things that we immediately thought about when it comes to Spring Unending upon first release. So we went through the NPCs, playable characters, the moments we remembered, and like one topic that I was saving for this part of the presentation was going to be discussion on the lore aspect of the patch and its like disconnectedness from the rest of the story. But it was already taken there and like whatever. I've already ran my mouth
Okay. Are
there.
you good?
Sure, why not? I had a hard time thinking of what to talk about here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
But to be fair, I think we all had a hard time thinking about what we will be talking about. But still, enough excuses from me. We're doing a reader's response analysis here and today, regardless of what my ass thinks. And because despite it almost being a 2-hour episode of Muse's Arcade, I think Spring Unending has enough material such that it has something to talk about just a little bit more. But before that, however, let's check in with you guys. What did you guys think about Spring Unending? With all the things that we have researched now, with all the things that we have discussed, the thing is that having done all of this, like this entire reader's response thing, 4 times in a row now with multiple patches, we realize that this is normal. I mean, like, we realize that this amount of research really does happen with each and every single patch, with like all of the lore details interconnecting, like all of this research coming into the garments, the fits, the playable characters, and all that. But with all of that being considered, and considering that this is normal now, how do you truly see Spring Unending? I guess is going to be my question.
Honestly, I see it as like, yes, generational trauma. We love those.
Yeah, generational trauma. We love those. I mean, like for me personally, generational trauma is like one of my favorite, like not exactly aspects, but like themes of stories. I will be getting into that later. Thank you for mentioning that. Actually,
I think, hmm, I think that the story was at least fun. At the very least, it was fun as it is traumatizing to the characters.
I feel like you could
Yeah, it
say
was
that for
pretty traumatizing.
yeah, I feel like you could say that for a majority of reverse patches. With all due respect.
True, but hey, at least at least with Spring Unending, it was almost lighter, almost
Yeah, almost
compared to like
lighter.
every other patch.
We had like a seismic event of 7.1 on the Richter scale happened on like stage 20 and like multiple lives taken.
Uh-huh.
But sure, why not? Um,
Uh-huh.
that being said, though, I guess I could see it in that way. In like, we haven't really gotten that many positive stories this patch in like 3.x. You know, like taking everything into consideration, this is our lightest patch ever since like what 2.7. Is it?
Yes, this is our lightest patch, and it's basically about, oh no, an earthquake's gonna happen and doom the entire world.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a
It was
story
that
about
stressful.
doomed characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a majority of the main story characters, I mean, the main characters in this story are going to die. And that's very depressing. But still, very much good to know. You know, I said earlier that I don't put that much effort into the intros, but I actually had this entire like conversation scripted according to like what you guys are about to say, and I have multiple paths as to what to say as well. Like, you know, a visual novel, and 90% of what I've actually said is actually written into my notes right now. So, you know, I don't prepare whatsoever. I like having a script. Still, nonetheless, thank you very much for having your thoughts. I will be collecting them and storing them into my LLM. This joke is also part of the script. Anyway, hi Future Red. I hope you're having fun reading this. Anyway, moving forward to the presentation proper. In episode 7, again, we talked a whole variety of things from the lore point of view of the story to what we felt about the characters themselves. We went through Paper Heron, to Shang, to Reed, and then we also went through some NPCs like Mayfly. But we had a little bit of an issue with Master
Oh,
Run. Yeah, I
Oh.
think if you saw the
Mr.
episode,
Ren.
you already saw the issue, and I think Master Run is genuinely such a huge and like a highly important port in Spring Unending, and like talk to anyone who has actually read it, and I think they would agree. We had we had a very long discussion in episode 7, but unfortunately that part specifically had its audio cut off in the recording, and we cannot salvage it whatsoever. And like right now in Living Color, I, Evil ReddShifted, admit to the crime of tampering with the recording and the OBS application such that it would break and that we would lose all of the video. I'm just kidding. I would never. But like still, back to Master Ren, I think that she genuinely was an amazing antagonist for this version. I think at least for 3.x, we had a pretty fair share of like a pretty good to pretty middling antagonists in the
Yeah, we don't
3.x
talk about
series.
3.1 antagonists.
Yeah, I don't
Uh-huh.
know. And it's give or
Uh,
take.
he,
It's
he,
middling.
he could add so much aura, but his aura only stored in the CGs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate.
He's CG locked, unfortunately. And like
Yeah.
it's kind of genuinely surprising to see like the Chinese New Year antagonist suddenly become, you know, my favorite all of a sudden as compared to others. Because, you know, of course we had Beryl in 3.3 and Igor, I mean like Beryl in 3.2 and Igor in 3.3. But I kind of argue that they pose more of a supportive role or a secondary protagonist rather than a, you know, an antagonist in their respective stories as compared to like say Rousseau or like Felicien or Krutov and Ritualist. You know, those are the actual antagonists of the patch, and I wouldn't say they're less memorable than like Beryl or Igor, but also at the same time, they don't have that much presence as compared to Master Run in this patch. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, well, Master Ren just like spawns in.
She kind of she
But
kind of does spawn in like stage 11, which is halfway through the story.
yeah, but her presence is like, oh, you can feel her presence.
Yeah, you could feel her presence without a doubt. She is exceedingly important to the story. Meanwhile, I feel like attention is split in previous patches between like important characters like Igor and Beryl and all that, alongside with the other antagonists. Meanwhile, when Master Ren takes center stage, she has to take center. And of course, I have here in my script Piros, and I am not going to name the Manus
Oh.
Goon from 3.0 because he is nameless. Like, I think 3.0 is like a main antagonist still very much is like non-tangential rather than simply condensing it all together into um the Manus goons, but still. Um the thing is, I feel like for the most part, the reason that Master Run has such a massive influence and massive presence in the plot of 3.4 is that she is an extremely pivotal part of the story itself. I mean, like every single antagonist is, they drive the plot forward, but like Master Run is also thematically heavily interconnected with those events, in addition to being a good antagonist in the first place. Like, as Heron said in the end, the events of Spring Unending happened only because three characters stuck true with their choices up until the very end. And those characters were, of course, Heron herself, and then Reed, and in essence, Mayfly, and then last but certainly not the least, Master Run. So that's really what like the line that stuck out to me the most at the very end of Spring Unending is that they stuck true with their own endings, and I would argue personally, I think I kind of also said this previously in the last episode in the way that I think the main characters of Dispatch really is Master Run, Mayfly, and Heron. Meanwhile, Shang is having his own side story at the edge of it, you know?
He's like the plot device, just in case, like,
He's
okay,
kinda
we need
there.
a guy.
Yeah. I mean, like, with all the respect, I love Shang. Shang's amazing. We love having a false flag on a minority, but still, um, Shang feels the most disconnected from the themes itself because the theme of the entire patch is, of course, like dealing with longevity and immortality.
Longevity.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
And Shang is the most disconnected out of all of them because he has his own story.
Yeah,
Like,
he's more like about integrity.
yeah, he's more about integrity. That's why, like, I had the comparison the previous episode of like a um Run, Heron, and Mayfly being in a Xiansha story. Meanwhile, Shang is in a Wuxia story. There's a bit of a disconnect there, but still, they still collide in the event itself, and I think their collision is actually really well done. But still, where was I again? As I was saying,
Oh,
like, Master Ren, like, um, as Heron said, she is extremely pivotal to the plot itself, and like her decisions, her thoughts, her experiences, they are very much central to the plot at hand. And I agree with her in the way that you can replace Shang in the plot and with like how disconnected he is, but like Run, I don't think you could absolutely. I mean, I think you could not change her whatsoever without absolutely changing like the overall effect of the story. Like, I think Ren, Mayfly, and Heron, what they represent cannot be changed without Spring Unending as a whole changing entirely as well, as compared to Shang, I guess, changing.
Mm.
And yeah. So I'm partially kind of happy over the fact I'm not like completely happy because I was the one who had to work through that, but like I'm partially kind of happy over the fact that the recording is slightly cut and now we're no longer restrained to just 10 minutes of impromptu analysis on episode 7, and now we have actually enough time to go through and analyze Master Run because I believe that she deserves at least some time in the limelight. That being said though, we have this like for what? 3 patches in a row now? Like what the fuck? Like 3 patches in a row, and I've had to discuss like the antagonists of their patches. They're morally gray antagonists in all of them. In 3.2 we had Beryl, in 3.3 we had Igor. I've talked a lot about him. And of course now we have Master in 3.4. I think generally what you would use to describe them is the words morally gray. God damn it, I've
Yep.
heard this set of words over and over again in any single fandom I've been in. I think that's a term that's very hastily thrown around, like every so often, and through it for the most part, since it sticks with like many characters. Since a lot of characters really don't fall into the pure good or pure evil statuses in most media. Regardless, I don't think many people still understand the connotations and the definition of it. So for the most part, let's set it straight because I don't think that um wait a minute. let's set it straight because I don't think that any of her characters are, for the most part, morally gray, with the exception of in like the game itself, with like people calling them morally gray, but they're actually not. But still, let's set it straight. How would you guys define this word, or like these two words?
Um,
I have a lot to say about this.
Go for it.
I,
Go for it.
yeah, sure. The mic is yours.
But okay. I do agree that yes, the term itself is immensely like washed down after like years of, you know, it being thrown around in the fandom so much that people don't really know how to distinct moral standard and how to like apply it to characters.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, and it's really at the same time. Um, but with the term morally gray itself, I would define it as like, um, this character is not set to moral standard. They just they deviate from the moral standard enough to to cause conflict. However, however, if however they are right or wrong, their actions are not exactly definitive of what they believe in, and vice versa. Maybe I have like a better way to say it, but it's what I can think of.
To be fair, it is a very complicated word to define, especially with like so many
Exactly.
different scenarios that we can place this label in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, UV? What's your reverse 1999 hot take of the day?
I feel like yes, the word morally gray is they get thrown around in the fandoms, like many fandoms, all the fandoms, like all the time, and mostly it started with we should have more morally gray characters,
Yes,
and when that happens,
exactly.
I absolutely
Yeah.
explode. Like, why is this character evil? No, they actually like they explain you the reason, and they are doing it because it is worth it. They think it's worth it in that they're like this perspective. So like, how it how I see like a morally gray characters is that okay? So this good and bad, white and
Yeah.
black, all that jazz, and morally gray,
Mhm.
and you just think of it as like a spectrum.
Yes, exactly.
Morally gray is like whatever the
Mhm.
hell is in like the middle between black and white, which is honestly almost all the characters,
Yes,
except like the
exactly.
children, which is like probably like mostly nice,
Mostly nice. I
Mostly
think I
nice.
think
mostly
we can
nice.
I think we can think of one child that is not.
I'm not
Well,
even sure is that a child or not.
Okay. Besides spoilers.
I mean, besides spoilers, the only child character that I can think of that's like somewhat close to being defined as morally gray, it's Twin Sleep.
Oh right. Twin sleep. Oh my god.
child- that child just wants a happy life, and then she just um manipulates the shit out of everyone,
Yeah.
even if it's like it's not directly her fault, but it's also her fault at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like
Do you think-
she she didn't really get guidance, but also they are children, so that's why we
Yeah.
don't really like the moral gray stuff. Or
Yeah,
like
children are very hard
judgment.
to judge when it comes to like that
Yeah,
skill in
because
particular.
because
Mhm.
like children has room to grow like a lot more than adults.
Yeah, exactly.
adults?
Yeah.
And also didn't like Twin sleep like drown rats or something? Or is that like another
Oh,
character
yeah.
I'm thinking about? I
Is that
forgot.
Is that a rumor or one of the rumors? Like there has been like some. I remember the Lord is that was it Lisa or Louis? Louise. Who's the original one? I can't remember.
I forgot. I
Lisa.
am not that good at like
Lisa.
okay, Lisa.
Lisa, yeah. So
Yeah.
the reason why Louise was like spawned in is just because Lisa didn't have anyone to play with.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
it.
friends.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
it. technically that's
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
And then, due to not much of a guidance, it just went. Her her personality just developed in a way that she considered to be, how do you say it, beneficial to her, how she lives.
Yeah.
Which is very normal for kids.
Yeah.
Beneficial or a way for to survive. So technically, I really can't blame the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, even in the end, even if all the things that like someone like a kid like Twin State has done, you can't really blame them because they're kids.
Yeah, they're
They're
kids.
the
There's a
biggest,
certain
more
dimension that you
straightforward
have to
than
consider there.
adults.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
The only one we can like blame on is like the
Parents.
character from the game mode SOS Syndrome Silence. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about Coppelia, I'm talking about Lyra.
Yeah.
Looks like a child, probably isn't a child.
Yeah, she's very scary. But still, anyway, we have time to discuss Lyra in depth. Maybe some other day.
Some other
Some
day,
other day.
probably in like 2 or 3 patches.
I don't know. That's a very vague
Who
estimate,
knows?
UV. Anyway,
Oh.
I think there's a lot of aspects to it. As far as you guys said, sometimes you have to consider that hey, this character is a child. Hey, this character is that. Hey, maybe we should consider the fact that there's pure good, there's pure evil, there's an entire spectrum in between. That's a large ass spectrum. Maybe we should have a better term than just morally gray. You know, morally dark gray, morally light gray. Who knows? But still, there's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to characters. And first of all, before I proceed any further, just another disclaimer, just like similar to last time, I am not a literature major. Oh my god, I have to preface every single one of my presentation because I keep talking out of my ass. I'm not a literature major, that's my friend, and if she ever sees this video, I think she more or less has the right to kill me. I'm getting all of this information from 10th grade literature class and as patterns that obviously as a reader of books and like as someone who has experienced multiple forms of media, I have basically noticed a pattern throughout all of them. Basically, it's from personal experience. Do not take my theories as fact, okay? I do not have the credentials whatsoever. Anyway, for this, let's slightly get into the discussion of what makes the characters. I think that when you're going to be discussing like the morality of a character specifically, we have to also delve deep into what makes that character in the first place. You know, I think for the most part we know what a character is. You know what composes a character. You know, a character requires like a backstory. They need internal beliefs or internal conflicts with those beliefs and all that. They need to have flaws. They need personality, maybe some quirks here and there, physical appearance. They need to have relationships, of course, and we need to see how
I
they
think
interact. Yeah.
creating a character in D&D, just have to think of all of these.
Yes, exactly. You need to roll the dice multiple times, and then you take away the lowest two numbers, and then you place those numbers. You assign them into strength, dexterity, constitution, wisdom, intelligence, and charisma. Of course, that's how all characters are done, and yeah, just generally we need to see them interact and how they actually act, and I think that an also important part is their development. Yes, their development, their arcs, and to see whether they actually have them or whether they stagnate. There's a lot to discuss. There's so much when it comes to writing characters, and that's why I have been stagnating as well in writing my own personal OCs, to be honest. And I neither have the time nor, once again, the qualifications to go through each of them one by one. But generally, when we think about the morality of the character, whether it is black, white, or somewhere in between, we think of a few things instead. So instead of focusing on this wide ass spectrum of like things that make up a character, I simplified them into necessary parts, which I split them off into three, which is going to be the number one, the intention, and then number two, we have the action, and then number three, the presentation itself. A part of me really argued whether or not I should have the presentation here or not, but whatever. We'll talk about it when we finally get there. First, though, let's talk about the first one over here, which is the intention. motivation or intention really is, in my personal opinion, the culmination of so many different aspects of a character that is put together. Because with motivation, you have to take into consideration like the character's backstory. You have to understand like their past to see how that influenced their beliefs or whatever. Then those beliefs influence their motivation and why they think that their actions that they're taking is correct. And then backstory also influences personality, any inner conflicts, and then those inner conflicts may come in the fruition of relationships and like everything else. Basically, motivation comes from everything within the character itself, like backstory, thoughts, everything. Generally, to understand a character's motivation, you need to be fully in their head and see what they see. It is the mentality side of things. And with that in mind, this is going to be a really easy question. What is going to be Master Run's motivations?
Well, just living longer.
Yeah, just
Hmm.
generally,
Pretty much.
pretty much. This is
Much.
living longer. Um, there's also like one aspect of it that I see, which is killing Lanju and all that. But sure, let's get to
Yeah.
that later. But delving a little bit deeper into that, where did those motivations of like attaining longevity, living longer, and killing Lanju come from?
Well, it came from the fact that she's a Yao.
Yes,
And
exactly.
yeah, short lived.
Being short-lived, you want to live longer. I think it's a very natural path of life, like regardless whether you're Yao or not. And like finally, which is going to be the very important question in my opinion, is are those motivations and where they stem from, are they necessarily wrong?
Nope, I don't think so. At least there's like to some extent, if you were to empathize in or put yourself in Ron's position, at the very least you'd understand and you'd think, oh, maybe I would have thought the same thing. Like basic empathy.
Yeah, generally
Mhm.
just empathy. We're trying to get into the character's head right now, not really understand. We're disconnecting it from the actions so far. But yes, in my opinion as well, if you put it like if you simplify the entire story as just that, if you just simply see Master Run as like someone who is a Yao, has a short lifespan, wants to live longer, and um wants to kill Langzu, sure, why not? It is very much a moral motivation.
Mm.
And like yeah, as I said, the part about attaining longevity for herself and the Yao are undoubtedly very much moral and good. And without a doubt, you know, very normal. People go over to healthcare to see whether they could live a bit longer. I remember that one billionaire that drops like his son's blood and like transfuses it into his skin and like um I think has caterpillars like flake off his skin or something just to live a little bit
Oh,
longer. I forgot honestly, but it's generally quite a disturbing thing. I hope he dies.
Oh,
Should I cut that?
oh,
I mean, I think I have like heard of news like something similar, but it's more
mhm.
like grounding butterfly wings into dust and then snort them like cocaine.
Oh,
Oh.
And
oh,
then he unfortunately died.
oh, of course.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah. But like I really just do remember this one billionaire that like takes his son's blood and then transfuses it into his own veins just to live a little bit longer. I think that's hilarious. But yeah, that's one of like her main motivations. But her other one, the one that's concerning Lanju, is um, well, if you just look at it in like a face value, of course you're going to see, oh, Ren also has the motivation to kill Lanzu. But um, I guess if you just simply phrase it that way, I think that's quite wrong to see Ren as just like um someone who wants to kill God. I don't think that's the case. But I think for that case, I think Ren's motivation is that regardless of whether Lanzu is a god, a monster, something else entirely, it doesn't matter whatsoever as compared to what Lanzu represents in Ren's eyes. I think Ren's motivations first and foremost, beyond just like longevity, is to release herself and her students from the cycle of what she believes is self-imposed torture. I mentioned this before in like Musei's Arcade, in the Musei Arcade episode, but unfortunately it got caught up by technical issue. But more or less, as you previously said earlier, UV, I compared the story to being somewhat similar to like a generational trauma. Generational trauma, I love that word. I love that word. Or at least that's how Ren saw it overall from her end, because it's like the idea of having to carry a burden from the past, from ages way long ago, like way before your time, and then having the future generations shoulder and then suffer from that when no one really asked them to, and then for what? Like, that's for me like quite a definition of generational trauma altogether. I know that like it's not exactly a one-to-one comparison, of course. Like, there's no gods you have to fight in generational trauma. Well, maybe a little bit, maybe religionist generational trauma, but like that's kind of how Run described it herself, and that's how I think she saw it. It might just be me, being really attached to stories being related to generational trauma, whether that be like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Wonderful movie, by the way, go see it. It's deserving of Best Picture, or like 1000 Times Resist. But in my personal opinion, with considering all of that in mind, all of Friend's motivations are pretty fine.
Yeah, her motivations are fine. And also like the generational trauma thing just made me realize that the entire conflict and the clashing in 3.4 Spring Unending is just family drama between Paper Heron and Master Ren. And then there's Mayfly who just like walked in on it and just like, oh. And then there's Chung.
Yeah.
Who's like, I need someone called the cops to like basically like try to calm down the situation, and that's a Chung.
I mean, like, if you kind of think about it like a traditional family structure, Master Ren is the daughter of Paper Heron, and then Mayfly is the granddaughter that is very close to her grandmother. But the thing is that due to the conflict, she has to choose between her mother and also her grandmother, I guess.
Basically.
Yeah, she got caught up in the conflict, but like instead of those like fighting couples, it's the fighting mother and daughter.
Yeah, it got really bad.
It got so bad.
Yeah, I think.
The earthquake started happening.
Yeah, the earthquake happened. Shit's so bad in the family.
Yeah, shit's so bad. They had to call the cops.
Yeah.
So bad.
I think like it's rather clear that like there are themes of generational trauma, and like there's a large disconnect between like the different generations, from Paper Heron to the actual Yao that are enrolled in academy, which is very much fun to see. Still though, going back, wanting to attain longevity for her people and to break free from the cycle of self-imposed torture over multiple generations to continue time immemorial for all generations again. I think that's pretty moral. I think that's pretty normal. So like, if the motivation is fine, what's the hang-up? Why is she morally gray? Gee, I do wonder what's the image right there on the screen right now. Yeah.
Oh wow, Parents of the Year.
Parents of the Year. Honestly, I think I messed up the images, but still,
we're gonna have another one
there they
soon.
are.
We're gonna have another choice of Parent of the Year soon.
UV, don't spoil shit.
Stop spoiling anything. God.
UV, I swear to God, I still have not seen anything.
Oh my god, I have seen so much.
Yeah, we're going to lose monetization, UV.
Okay, do we have monetization?
No.
Soon, maybe.
We're doing this for vibes.
Soon. I think we're only like 750 hours left.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But yeah, that's how usually it comes when that's how it usually goes for like morally gray characters, I suppose. That's like why they're morally gray, because one side feels fine and the other side doesn't. While as I said before, the motivation ends like the mental part of the equation.
Intentions.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
intentions.
Mm.
That's mental. That's in the head. Meanwhile, the action is the physical part of the equation. What actually happens, beh- be- like beyond the head. What is actually being done in response to the intentions or motivations in order to achieve it. I kind of lied earlier because killing Lanju is not the motivation as some people might believe. It is the action instead, and alongside everything that Master Run has done. And a lot of morally gray characters have this back and forth nature as to what they have. They can either have like really good motivation and a really terrible action to fulfill that motivation. Like let's say a large number of MCU characters, like antagonists and villains, like I don't know, Thanos or something. Like even though I think he's still very fucking stupid, and um what's that one guy from like Black Panther, like Michael B. Jordan? His
Oh
name's Michael
yeah.
B. Jordan now. Um
Michael B.
Okay,
Jordan.
I think
Yeah, Killmonger is now Michael B. Jordan.
yeah, there we
Okay.
go, Killmonger. On the flip
Well,
side though, of course, we have good actions that fuel terrible motivations. Like um I'm thinking someone doing good like for the self-preservation of their image or for monetary gain, something like that. I can't think of a specific example. I haven't
um,
I haven't seen DCU enough. Like, does that fall into like Kingpin? No, Kingpin. No, I don't think so.
mm,
Hmm.
Never.
no,
How
no.
can we have like a better example, because I am also not a DCU.
I don't even think Kingpin is DCU. I think Kingpin's MCU. What the fuck am I saying?
I have no
We're getting
idea.
all the mixed up. Whoops.
We need a common ground here, like a common ground.
Good
Uh,
actions, bad motivations.
Yeah.
Good actions, bad motivation. Accidentally, that's more like accidentally fucking things up.
Yeah. I guess
Uh,
so.
um,
Well, like, you're supposed to do something evil, but you fucked it up in the end. No, that's bad action. It's bad action, good intention. No, yeah. Yeah, that's hard to think about. Wait, hold on. Hold on.
hmm,
Uh,
good intention.
Good intentions, but like the results are bad. Oh, right?
no.
Can I?
No, it's bad action, but
Bad
no,
action.
no. It's good action, but bad intention.
With bad intentions. You mean appearing herself as benevolent, but actually has like bad intentions about it?
Yes, but also it leads to like the overall good of the people
Police
around her.
oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
Valentina.
Oh,
Oh my god!
that's a deep pull. What the fuck?
Wait, that's such a reach. Wait, I need you to
Oh my
explain that one.
god. Go-
Hey,
You have the
look,
stage.
she saved a kid, technically. She saved a
Uh-huh.
kid. She saved Ima, technically.
Yeah,
Technically,
technically.
She saved Ima, and Ima's like healthier now.
Yeah.
that's one.
Pretty
What's
much
the
it.
rest?
That's
Oh,
the only
Well,
thing.
the rest is well, the monkey paws, the monkey paws curls, and then Heroes died.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean the action is good.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mhm.
The thing is that
The
like
act
mean-
of saving Ima is good,
yeah, the
but
action
the rest
the rest not as much.
is
Because like the thing is
Okay.
I was wondering earlier whether some of Manus Vindictae will fall into her, because technically they do help others survive the storm. But the thing is, I don't think the action is helping others survive the storm. I think the action is taking advantage of a distressed group of people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's for the most part that Master Run kind of, where would you slot in Master Run?
Master Ren, I feel like yeah, she has good intentions,
Yeah,
but her execution is just
ass,
not great.
ass. Yeah,
It's just
It's just like
that's
he has really good intentions, has really good like motivation for it, but like it's
yeah,
just her execution is just
yeah,
down the
not
drain.
good.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's pretty much clear
Yeah.
that she goes for the former of the two. Like she hid information from her students that like, hey, maybe your life will be in danger when we continue doing this. You know,
Yeah,
like
that
I'm
was really
sucking the
bad.
life force out of you, and like there's only like a bit of a gamble whether you survive or not.
Yeah,
And
I'm just like gonna use your life force and not tell you but that I'm using this for like a battery.
yeah.
Mm.
And like she also provided the reversion bells, that aided like the marginalization of more Yao to join their ranks. And like
Yep.
and like one
Mhm.
thing that I was thinking of, like why didn't she do enough due diligence to, at the very least, warn the townspeople that hey, maybe we're gonna do something that's going to cause a large earthquake. So like maybe evacuate first before we do it.
Mhm.
Like the townspeople aren't gonna do shit.
Um,
Like there are a lot of questionable actions when it comes to Master Run to like that led to her demise. And like, not just her
oh,
demise, but like to the demise of a lot of Yao, a lot of people that could have easily been prevented and like avoided altogether. Like, sure, without a doubt, those Yao might have been, willing to lay down their lives in the first place when they joined the school, but I think for the most part, they still deserve the right to know what they were getting into, and more importantly, get to decide whether they would continue or not instead of Master Run deciding for them. The one thing that I am slightly caught up in is the one thing that some people might say, yeah, that's completely just. I'm like, I wouldn't say that's completely justified, but like, no, that's completely immoral. Maybe I would say, maybe she has a point. Is the point of killing Lanju once again? Because I think it's a bit complicated than that. It's more so the idea that I think the issue of killing Lanju is more like a morally gray than most people give it credit for. Once again, I think the generational trauma analogy is quite fine for it, but at the same time, I think there would be a somewhat better analogy to give here as well, and that would be the trolley problem. Like,
Oh,
oh,
sure.
the trolley
No,
problem.
no, no, no. Listen to me here. Let me cook.
Okay,
yes,
fine. We will let you
Okay.
cook.
yes.
Like, sure. Ren's own mistake of not warning the townspeople beforehand, he killed a lot of people due to her actions. But, like, at the same time, Lanju is an active risk during Heron to Run's time to everyone living there. Like, killing Lanju now would also kill a lot of people, sure, preventable by like evacuating them. But like, if you compare that to when Lanju is like actively giving off chi and giving off multiple recorded earthquakes throughout history, like, and the entire country during the time, you know, maybe let's weigh the options a little bit here. I'm just saying.
Uh, mm,
I mean,
anything.
that is like from the perspective of someone who does not consider Lanju as one of the nature that should not be, upset the balance. And
Yeah.
yeah, she does not understand like the consequences as much as Heron basically, and that's
Yeah,
like the imbalance here. It's like
yeah.
what Heron knows does not equal to what
What's
uh Ren
Ren
knows,
knows?
Master
Yeah,
knows.
but like,
and that's why just like the conflict and all that.
yeah, but because like the thing is, from her perspective, it's like ending this generational trauma, yes, but it's also at the same time in my opinion, from what she knows and from what she understands, a trolley problem. You know, kill a lot of people now, or let people continue on dying
Mm,
for time immemorial from number one, earthquakes, and from number two, having to sacrifice your students time and time and time again to feed a chi to keep it locked away. You know? And
Yeah.
if you present
mm,
that simple, like a moral dilemma in front of some people, there would absolutely be others who would press the switch and just kill the beast, you know?
mm.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the world is fucked up. Reverse
The world is a bit more
1999's word
complicated than that.
is fucked up.
It's a lot more complicated than that, pretty
Yeah.
much. It's just that within
Yeah.
Ren's perspective and how we see it from a very detached perspective, it's very the way that Ren is thinking. It's a little narrow, but that's not her fault.
Yeah, that's not exactly
Okay,
her fault.
I wanna say something, and that is, you know, a villain is really well written is when that villain sees themselves as the hero in their
Yes,
story.
exactly. You also know
Mm-hmm.
that the villain is well written when we're now 45 minutes into talking about her.
Yes.
But yeah,
Not to
she
be
absolutely
discussed.
does see herself as that. And like, one other thing, I think this might be a rather hot take, but like, if the Foundation, say, comes into contact into information about Lanju, I think they would do the same.
Yeah. I
Oh yeah,
mean, maybe, probably. Oh
possible.
my god, fucking the foundations like invade the natives and basically we're gonna do this without your consent.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
Probably would have.
Like,
Yeah.
do you think they would evacuate them first, similar to like in 1987's like Cosmic Overture, or they would just not warn them whatsoever?
It would warn them.
Yeah, they
It
would
would
warn
absolutely
Yeah,
them,
they
warn
would
them.
not
but
because
they would
like the
not tell the
foundation
entire story.
still
Yeah, that's
their whole thing
exactly.
is still like for the peace. So technically people not dying counts as peace.
Yeah, I guess so. And like,
Mm-hmm.
they just simply feel like the people who would see like the current process as like a short-term bandage, and they would like to try a long-term cure for it, you know.
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, aside from that, I think culturally speaking, at the very least, from my feelings into the matter, um, I don't know, like, I feel like the way that the natural order of the world must be maintained, or however, Heron said it, it's from an outsider's perspective, it's very hard to understand, and I think it's even harder to understand from the perspective of Ren. You know, like when you think about it from like a vacuum, it's like a rather weird reasoning. Like, sure, there are scriptures about it, but like from our perspective, who I mean, like from my perspective, who doesn't completely know the entirety of like the way and like of all of the beasts and all that, it just um it just feels like a such a disconnect. And then you put it into the story with Run, who also doesn't think that way, by which he is a Yao. And once again, you're asking a Yao with a short lifespan to try to understand the troubles of people with extremely long lifespan of gods, which you're going to have a problem with that. And like aside from that, one other thing that I wouldn't say it's a criticism, but it's more so like the idea of wuxia stories, being that you have to uphold what is right and to question the status quo. You know, that's why, as I said from the previous episode, so many of them were banned because they were questioning the status quo. And I think
Mm-hmm.
in a better world, maybe there would come a time where, Lanju would be killed in a more ethical way. And there would be someone to actually question, why are we doing this? And the actual thing to happen, and to have it be done in a nicer, more peaceful way that doesn't result in conflict and all that. But that's the nature of moral greenness, I guess. We're not really in that perfect world. We're not really in that perfect hypothetical. Because if we were in perfect world, I think that Master Run would have reached longevity for herself and for all of her students. But yeah, I think that's just my take. Anyway, I just want to confirm that I did accidentally swap the slides of, I mean, swap the pictures of this slide and the next slide. Here's Master Run, I guess. Um,
we have Yeah, like we have been talking about Rain for like I don't know 45 minutes, and the slides are still Ego and Burial. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
What?
I
maybe you
talk about
don't have the
Igor and
slide. That's like okay.
yeah, I talk about Igor
Uh,
and Beryl on this slide. Unfortunately, oh, the Voidcast is scuffed. More news at 11.
It's okay. The scuff is the seasoning.
Yeah, the scuff is
oh
the
my god.
seasoning. You know, sometimes you just when you're eating some rice, sometimes there's some hair in there. I guess.
Oh my
My
god.
God, nah.
My experience is the stones that I end up getting. I
Yeah,
don't know why. Yeah, yeah.
but like once again, Masterin is generally someone with good intentions, but with terrible decisions to back them up, and like to realize all of those intentions. Now, as I said earlier, it's either one of the two. You know, like either you have good intentions, bad reactions, and then good reactions, bad intentions. But that's not exactly true. Again, it's moral gray. It's gray for a reason. It's the reason why there's an entire spectrum of morality out there from light to gray, dark gray, you know? And just because we have a large subset of gray doesn't mean we only have white, gray, and black. That's not how it works. As a prime example, of course, are the characters that, you know, are in the previous slide that I accidentally placed in the wrong slide. God damn it. uh, don't mind me
It's
though. We're
okay.
gonna be seeing you
Sometimes,
run.
sometimes we're so
Huh?
passionate about talking, we just don't look at the slides. It's fine. Happens.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
we're so passionate that I accidentally forgot that I had to place images 5 minutes before the presentation.
What?
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, Igor and Beryl, like,
Okay.
sure, their actions are fucked, but their intentions are.
I'm sure like most ninjas are like okay.
Are we sure we're in the right slide again?
Yeah,
Whoops.
no, the thing is, my notes are in this slide. The picture's on the
Oh, okay.
previous slide.
Oh.
Do you want me to go back and forth?
Nah.
Nah,
But yeah,
like, do you really want to consider Baru's
yeah.
intention?
Do you want to talk about Beryl's intentions?
Oh
Her
god.
intentions in wanting to see the thread of fate, and she had to do all of this to get it.
Yeah.
It's a little, you know,
Mm, mm.
it's almost like towards the black side
Yeah,
here.
like
If it was not like
Yeah.
pulled back with her, like she has like good intention in wanting to help people a little bit,
yeah, a little bit. You know, like that's kind of the
and
thing.
you know she loved her daughter in despite being very absent in her life.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's like we have bad action and we have slightly better intention, but also still bad intentions.
Yeah, we have to like weigh between like her intentions, her actions that is like not that great, and then we have to weigh with her other morals, like her other qualities as a person. And it's just like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just have to
yeah,
take into
morally
consideration
gray,
so
almost
much.
black, but you know what?
We love her for it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we
Um,
love her for it.
we love her
Mhm.
for it, and like that's kind of like the reason why we discuss morally gray characters in the first place. We place the morally gray label on them, like not because we want to excuse them for their actions, not because we want to woobify them. Apparently, that's the term of softening them for some reason in
That
fandoms.
has been a term for like many years, I think.
Yeah, I think it's been a while. It's just that
Yeah, it's
wow.
been a while.
I think that like does that predate like the term like glomping?
Do you really want to talk about that term in this space right now?
No.
Mm.
For
And
the
like
people who know, shut the fuck up. For the people who don't know, keep it that way.
I just don't. And like, yeah, we put the label on them not because also we don't want to villainize them either. We put these labels in order to like further analyze them. It makes it easier, you know, because like we put them morally gray. That means we have to focus on their morality, specifically as compared to other parts of their character. And with how many characters we have in this game so far, that we can't exactly put everyone into boxes of pure good or pure evil. That doesn't work for a lot of characters. I think that this is a really important conversation to have, and in addition, like I think it's a really important follow-up to the previous patch's Igor conversation. Like, we discussed these further scenarios, and of course, we have to go then further into the morals themselves. It's not that bad to fulfill your dreams, but maybe dropping a star into a village is not a good thing. Maybe don't do that. It's not that bad to answer questions that people want you to answer, especially when it comes to the nature of life, but maybe have a little bit of a moral compass to go alongside that so that you don't answer all of the questions with no regard for the consequences or the actions that you must take to answer them. Don't be a loser that locks yourself into a panopticon. Um, but I think for a lot of the time, for morally gray characters, although we like spouting out the term and labeling our favorites, some people really just put it there and make the decision themselves to simplify that character into either a morally good or a morally bad at the very end. And I think that's a very stupid way, forgive me for the word, of treating a character and engaging with a piece of media. I like Master Ren because she's morally gray, not because I see her as entirely good or entirely bad. Her character
It's
poses,
interesting
yeah,
that way.
he's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as I said before, her character poses a literal trolley problem when you think about it. And
It's like how do I say this? It's like she's very human in the most ironic sense ever.
yeah, like she makes
Fucking
mistakes,
out.
a lot of them,
Mm-hmm.
but she's exceedingly in a way that she's not Heron, but she's also at the same time more close to being Yao because she is Yao. Like, she isn't entirely immortal in that way. And her morals still lie within the mortal foundations. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
But yeah. It's just that taking her stuff apart piece by piece is just an extremely fun activity, and taking that away from the character isn't fun. Like, it's in the same way that there is no solution entirely to the trolley problem, or there's no practical or physical connection to the issue with the red or green buttons that you have been seeing on Twitter the past few weeks. Like, it's good to discuss, and it's
Uh-huh.
stupid to simplify. That's what I'm trying to get here, and that's why what we're really trying to do here in the Voidcast, I guess. And there are some other aspects about Ren's character that I want to talk about, her spiel against Huron before their battle. One thing that some people have noticed is that she slowly transitions her words from "we will ascend to immortality" alongside her students to "I will ascend," making others think that she has more nefarious, selfish, self-important reasons beyond all that. But maybe that could be the case, but I think that just makes her character a little bit more boring in comparison. What do you guys think about that one?
Hmm. In terms of comparison.
Like, when she talks to Heron before their battle, he says, "I will ascend," from her previous words of "we will ascend." Like, it transitions from "we will ascend" to "I will ascend." What do you guys
I
think
will
about that?
ascend.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is it might be the overflowing sheet that just affecting her. This is what getting a bunch of power has done to her.
Yeah,
She's become a little mania.
yeah. I guess absolute
Yeah,
power collapse. Absolutely, I guess.
Yeah,
yeah. Um, I
basically.
feel like it's like the general peak of the general climax of where a character is and their mental state during the height of a conflict.
Yeah,
Because at the height of a conflict, a lot of motivations get stripped down to their barest
yeah. Bare bones.
core. Yeah. They
They're raw
can
is emotions basically.
Because
yeah, the most raw.
at the very beginning of all things, Ren was a Yao. Of course,
Yeah.
where that idea stemmed from that all Yao that goes under her tutelage will become immortal comes from her own wish of being immortal back when she isn't immortal. So I guess that is where it's coming from. But you were saying, Demas?
Yeah, it's stripped down to its barest core, and you see that the moment that Ren shifts from external desire to internal desire right then and there, and I think at least that's very interesting and it's very impactful for how the climax went for Spring Unending at the very least.
Yeah, I think it's quite seen. I just think that simplifying her character into just that moment of selfishness when I wouldn't even say it's
Mm-hmm.
selfishness. I think it's just that um not exactly a Freudian slip either, but like she's already an interesting character. I don't think we need to further um push that point that she is selfish for her own gain. But still, I'm not going to discuss it as much. You people can have fun in the comment section. Instead, to close off this presentation, I have a very simple question for my co-host today, which I hope to get to ask each and every time I hold a reader's response moving forward because I think that it's a very important question. But basically, what is your favorite moment throughout the entire patch?
And the favorite moment for entire patch?
Yep.
Uh, trying to think. I think it's like it was like actually at the like the very like beginning. Besides like the comedy part with the meal, that was pretty funny. It's actually like in the beginning where the first like we get the introduction of Mayfly and Paper Heron, and the first time it dawned to us that oh, Mayfly has very short life, and there's like a very big distance in understand and for Paper Heron to understand her because she's an immortal.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Mm.
and it just like hit the readers like, oh, okay, there's a very big gap here, and
Yeah,
that
in
is why
understanding.
Karen
Yeah.
cannot understand that the privilege she has just keeps her from like being able to understand
Yeah.
others
Mm.
or empathize with them.
Mm-hmm.
What about you,
I
Demos?
think
It's really a small moment though.
um I feel like I can say about the same, where I think it's more specific to when let me see, when Paper Heron was demonstrating how inner alchemy worked, and the students there, all of them questioned the fact that oh they have very short lives, but the method that Heron is using, oh it's you have to it takes years for that and they don't have time for that,
Yeah.
and that's another show of Heron's
Disconnectedness.
privilege.
Yeah.
Yes,
A really big disconnection.
and she has to like really think about it
Mm-hmm.
for like the rest of the story. It's
Yeah.
Actually, I
agree
kind of
with that.
wondered something that how did she did she teach like Ren, who's also a Yao, and did not have any trouble with it beforehand? This because she's technically her teacher. She should have like got like questions from Ren, being like, oh, but I don't live that long though, or something like that.
Yeah, she only has 2 weeks.
Like, how can I cultivate it when I don't live that long?
Um,
I
Like,
think
maybe it's just like the
big
sudden
question.
release of chi within the tree when, Heron got released, and alongside, of course, the longevity sword focusing it all on this small ass critter.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what helped Ren, at least because Ren is like only one person, one Yao,
Yeah.
but then you have a whole school in comparison. So
Yeah. They went 24/7 with the training apparently. uh, but I think more
oh
or
well.
less we have the same points that we want to come across, which is the focal point of the patch itself. For me, I think I'm going to go with the same with UB. It's going to be SU-15 Into the Fire. Here's Mayfly, we all cry. It's the one where Herald and Mayfly have a conversation about their lifetimes. The thing is, at the end of the day, I don't think any of us, like you said earlier, we're in a position of privilege. Like Heron, I don't think any of us can ever imagine what it would be like to be in Mayfly's position or any of the Yao's position. And in the same way, I don't think any of us can imagine having a lifespan of 1 to 2 weeks similar to that of Master Run. Like, we won't get to know how Heron feels being entirely dead of the five senses due to her time in the tree and regret, but similarly, on the other end, we don't know how a very short lifespan is either. In reality, I think this applies really to a lot of things in fiction and even in reality, really, because the only experience that we can ever truly know and we can ever truly have is the one that we're experiencing right now, the one we have for ourselves and ourselves alone. But we can hazard a guess. This is why, I really liked what Demo said earlier, because that guess is what we would call empathy. Though the information provided to us by other people, we can have at least a grasp of what they're thinking more and how they're feeling, and even though we don't exactly know and we don't exactly feel the exact same way that they're feeling at that very moment, because we're different people, we're still trying our best to understand them. And similarly, that is how it works with fictional characters, with how much information the narrative gives you. Now, I discussed intention
Mhm.
and action earlier. Let's bring this back. And now I'm going to finally discuss, after a lot of conversations with myself, whether or not to include this presentation. All bodies of work have their authors bleed their beliefs into them. I think that's pretty obvious. I think that's pretty unavoidable fact. What the author believes is going to be shown in the work itself. And I think there has to be a degree of intention, not within the character, but intention within the author, in a way that how morally great characters are written. Because some fall out of usual conventions that I have listed before with intention and with action. Like, let me think for a second. Let's take a soul for example. Her intention is that she wants a radical surgery according to Kakanya's wishes and to clean the slate of Vienna, clean the slate of Liena, because she has never loved the world nor has it loved her. Her actions are, of course, to join Manus Vindicte and to speed up the storm of 1914. I don't think either of those are completely moral entirely. But if we just leave it at that, if we just leave it at intention and in just action, I don't think that serves Isolde all that well, nor does her enough justice to see what her character really is and is what it is trying to say at the very end. That's why when I was pondering this presentation, I don't think intention and action are enough. I think presentation is also extremely important.
Yeah,
And
it depends on the
presentation,
actor, the writer.
yes,
Yes.
Mhm.
exactly. And presentation really is, as I said earlier, presentation is intention in the form of the writer, not just in the character, but also the writer. And if the writers came in and not and they decide to not tackle misogyny faced by women in 1914, or the idea of hysteria and the moving womb, and the objectification of Isolde during her performances, and Salomania and all that, and the abusive situation that she found herself in, if we completely disregard that, if the author decided that, hey, I don't actually want to discuss these topics, I don't actually want to put them in the game, then, the soul that we would have gotten would not be the soul that we currently know right now. We'd have a generic villain that sings rather than anything that has any depth to go into. And that's why I think presentation is very important when creating morally great characters. And I think that for the most part, bringing it back to Spring Unending, Master Run has a lot of intention in how the authors wanted to see her. I think that we can all very much agree with that. Like, uh, Although she's an antagonist, she is extremely central in her role and in the plot itself, and also, most importantly, as you see in the image, I accidentally took it while Heron was closing her eyes. I'm sorry. It's exactly in the themes of the patch itself. And I think what solidifies it is, once again, what Paper Heron says near the end. one of the themes of Spring Unending is regret. I think it's very obvious. It's about like immortality and all that, but also at the same time as immortality, it's about living. What use is all of the time in the world if you're going to spend it eternally in regret, as you can, like Paper Heron, lose your senses and feel dull to everything around you? And on the flip side, what better use is there to life than to live it without regret, as Mayfly has done so? Like, according to Heron, this entire event, from the chi flowing out of Lanju in the 17th century to all of it flowing back towards Lanju in the 20th century, is that it only happened because of the main characters of the story. From Paper Heron to Mayfly to Master Run, and then to Reed. All of them stood by to their choices up until to the very end. And then at the very end, what came to is that what's most important is that everyone lived to the fullest and without any regrets. And I don't think you can have Spring Unending without highlighting that fact within the antagonist itself in Master Ren. And that's what I mean by the intention of having Master Ren be in that position and with that conundrum and decisions. If that makes any goddamn sense, I guess.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Us.
It does make sense with how, like, yes, all of the characters have like the choices they made, and they just go through with it just because they need to see it to the end because they already made the choice.
Yes, exactly.
And regardless of what the choices are good in the end or not for them, that does not matter. What matters is they don't know what is at the end, but they have to go through with it.
Yeah, they have to live without regrets, basically. And
Yep.
yeah, like thinking about it now, I think it is pretty fucked up to bring back Master Ren to being a Matiao now that we know that like he only has 2 weeks to live. Like kind of fucked
She's
up.
like she's really cute though.
She's really
really,
cute,
like,
but she's
fluffy
going to die
mom.
soon.
It really
Yeah.
depends.
I
Yeah,
feel
if
like with the amount of sorry.
No, go
I
for
feel
it.
like with the I feel like with the amount of chi that Ren has absorbed and like etc. all the complicated shit about chi, I feel like she'll be fine for a bit.
She'll be fine, but
She's
she'll
sticking to
It's just
yeah.
Numa.
She's just mod
It's
form.
like,
She's just-
yeah, it's cute. It's just Numa. It's really the same thing.
she's
Yeah,
just sticking to Heron, unwillingly of course, but she has to.
yeah.
You can be
Uh,
a sidekick that complains about almost everything or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, in our Chinese New Year's, we have little guys following our protagonist around. We have Ju and like her dolls, and then we have Noir with her dolls as well.
Having
Run
with
could be
King Liang.
yeah. Run could be like
That's a little
Heron's little
bit.
guy.
Yeah.
The paper.
Yeah, I guess the paper as well. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
regardless of however long Ren lives in her moth form, I think that similar to Mayfly, I think even though that she will die, I think she will be happy that at the very least she died going all in on what she believes. And I think that's a very important aspect of being a morally gray character, because at the end of the day, as you previously said, UV, a lot of morally gray characters believe themselves to be the hero of their own stories. Not all of them, that's for sure, but there's some degree of convincing, within themselves, that what they are doing is right. And for Master Ren, at least she can have the satisfaction upon that, that at the very least, she died doing her best, doing what she thinks is right. And yeah, that's how you make a fucking morally gray antagonist. Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah.
And with
We'll
all
probably be having more.
we're probably going to be having more. I mean, we had a back to back to back. Come on, give us another back.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And if they ever come out, Just feel free to go back to this video. We'll have another discussion on moral gray characters. But with all that in mind, that ends my presentation for the reader's response for Spring Unending. We spent an hour and 15 discussing one NPC, goddammit.
Okay, so we have to make up for the last time of the audio loss
Yeah.
because
It's okay.
she's
It's
a
okay.
character deserving of all the analysis.
Yeah, she deserves all of this. We only spent like about like I would like to say 8 minutes. No, maybe even less in that cut part of the audio. But like now she has over an hour. Good job, her.
Yeah, good
Hey.
job, Ren, for leaving such an impact.
Yeah. A Genshin impact. I mean,
No.
Dude.
But yeah, that's our little analysis of Master Ren for today. If you want to see our thoughts of other characters, I suppose you could go back to episode 7, I guess. I am not going to be having any reader's response on Mayfly, on Reed, on Shang, or a Paper Heron. I focused mostly on Master Ren, and I'm not sorry about it. Still though, like
Mhm.
this patch in general, I think that more so concludes everything I have to say about Spring Unending, and I'm very much happy to leave this patch and 17th century China to move on to 20th century Mexico. And more importantly, I am doing that with no regrets. Hey, do you guys have anything else to say?
You can hear crickets in the background for me. It's just like, yeah, okay,
Oh.
man.
Oh, they
Okay,
don't know
okay.
that we're talking about them.
Oh no. I feel like at some point somewhere in the future, I feel like we have to make like this funny thing where you put the morally gray spectrum and just put all the reverse characters there, because
Oh,
I
we're going to
think
put them on a tier list. God damn it.
well, not the tier list, just the spectrum. Like,
Okay,
just-
but like
just
we
the
would
spectrum.
have like made like a tier list on which antagonist has the most aura and which
Oh.
antagonist just has like
Oh
zero
my
aura.
god.
That too. Actually, sure.
Apostle Animus on, Apostle Matthias on negative aura. No one fucking talks about Matthias right now. Like, genuinely
No.
forgotten.
He's so
So,
good.
so nothing burger.
I
What the
hope he
hell?
went back to Antarctica and Animus personally, like, killed him in front of a crowd.
Oh my god.
Honestly, I hope so.
I hope so, but yeah. That's for another time, I suppose. Antagonists are fun in this game. Like,
Mhm.
they're extremely fun to talk about, except if your name is Arcane, I think you're just a plot device rather than a character.
Oh.
We don't know her character yet. They have to like stall the character telling a little bit because this is a gacha game.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit. It's been 3 years, but still, anyway.
Yeah.
That ends about my presentation. Let's close this patch out. I'm gonna be completely honest, chat.
No.
I'm a little bit tired.
I mean, yes, we all are, but we
Yeah.
say that in every episode, though.
Yeah, I guess we
Yeah.
do. I guess we do. It's just that it's a bit back to back with the previous episode and then this one, and then having to do other stuff in the background, and of course having to argue with other people about other stuff that is happening in other regions. Of course, but still,
Mhm. Uh-huh.
we have come to the end of 3.4, our first Lunar New Year patch, or half anniversary as it is called here in Global. We have come to the end of Spring Unending. The spring actually does end, surprisingly enough. I have been scammed. But
Unfortunate.
yeah, this episode should
Okay,
be
screen
coming-
title: Spring Unending ended.
We have ended Spring Unending.
Yes.
I can't believe it's Spring Unending is clickbait. Hashtag scammed.
Oh. Oh.
It ended.
Oh my god.
Unfortunate.
But yeah, Um, Generally, 3.4 has just been a blast altogether. I mean, like, I could say go on and on about like other stuff, like how the characters here and there, about how Master Run is great, about how, how not connected it is generally to the overall plot, but we have already talked about everything, I think, about 3.4 in the previous episode and also in this episode. So, really, do we guys have anything else we want to say, or are we moving forward from 3.4? Say what with me. I mean, like, are we moving forward from 3.4, say, without any regrets? Eh, eh, eh.
Oh.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Don't use the soundboard against me, okay? I mean, like, are you guys going to share your thoughts, or? Oh my fucking god! This is the worst outro I have ever done before. I'm never hosting another outro for you guys, okay? Never again.
Okay, but for real though, I think in the end it was very fun. But at the same time, oh my god, there was so much to tackle. Even though we said, oh, there's not a lot to tackle, we tackled a lot of things. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
On the other hand, oh god.
Yeah, I guess
Well,
that's more or less the thing.
I'm sure this is going to be relevant in the future, especially with how like apparently she can travel through the internet lines, the phone lines, so that might be important in the future. That sounds important.
I think that's
Yeah,
a
kind
one-off,
of.
honestly, but like, sure.
I mean, look, I wouldn't put that there if I was not going to plan to use it. Like if I were the writer.
I mean, like, I feel like they just needed a convenient plot device to also have it be set in the 1996 and connect it back towards Reed and also the themes of longevity. But at the end of the day, even still, regardless of whether it's going to be in the form of internet or something else, Chinese Numa is going to come back. Undoubtedly.
Chinese humor.
God, don't even talk to me about that.
Chinese Numa is coming back, Deimos, and you will discuss it in the future once again. I am warning you. I am a prophet. I am an oracle.
No, you're not. That's my job.
Okay. You get to have the crystal orb back again. You get to have like the red dodgeball.
The red dodge round given to me by Papa.
Which one?
The one that gave me prophecies. Like, regardless of like either one, the biological one or the godhood one, they're all called sons in their names, so
Sure.
Sure, why not? But generally, do we have any final comments for 3.4 before we move on forward to another patch being set in a few days' time?
I hope we have more wuxia. It's really fun.
I think you're slightly
I have a
biased.
great time.
Yeah.
I have a great time.
I mean, I feel like we all had a great time this patch, honestly. Like, despite the issues and all that, I had a great time because of one reason, and that's Muse's Arcade.
I knew it.
HD Eternal. Oh my god.
Oh my god, bring it back. Like, come on. Like, a few minutes before this recording started, I was having fun destroying some children in Muse's Arcade, and it was the best time of my life. Oh my god, I never had as much dopamine as I did. But that being said, Deimos, do you have anything else?
Oh, not really. I'm just very excited for the next patch and maybe the next patches going forward. Now that we're likely going to be at the lightest patch.
For a while.
For a while.
For a
It's,
while. Yeah. It's back now to reverse being extremely depressing and all that, but still, it's been fun, without a doubt.
It's been quite fun.
And with that being in mind, we need to get out of this digital transition age, so do expect us to be broadcasting once again in our narrowband FM next patch, so do look out for that. And from there, we will be discussing the intricacies. Hopefully, we discuss the intricacies of something else entirely being set in the West Coast, below Americas, in the land of something something. I forgot my words. Mexico, I guess.
Mexico. Yes.
We will be
Yep.
discussing the Turquoise Serpent Club in quite a few weeks' time. Just look out for our broadcast by then. But for now, with all that being said, once again, I have been your host, ReddShifted, and together with my co-hosts, UV and Deimos, we have been 199.9 FM, the only radio station you can trust in these ever-changing times. Here to say, little understanding cannot compare to the great understanding that the short-lived cannot compare to the long-lived. My dear listeners, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night. I hope you all are enjoying the time of your lives and enjoying the time that you have been provided. Once again, this is the end of today's broadcast. Thank you very much for listening.